beautiful gemstones. Already skipping. Yay. Gotta love it. Lotus girl, I got you, girl. I'll give you a timestamp. I know you had. Everybody's been having a rough time of it. It's not Friday the 13th, though. People think that Friday the 13th is incredibly unlucky, and there's all different reasons why. But guys, it's not. That is one thing I can stand behind and say that is complete myth. There is no data or evidence that like you're more likely to get hurt or in an accident or have anything bad happen to you on Friday the 13th. So I just want to let you guys know that. And I think the reason the energy is so down today is because everyone is thinking negatively about this date. So I just want to start this stream off by saying, let's bring our energy up. Let's be positive and let's make Friday the 13th a positive energy type day. For me, it's a wonderful day. My little guy was born on a Friday the 13th. If he had been born on the 14th, he would have been born on his dad's birthday, but he was born on Friday the 13th. And for me, that's a good luck thing. Gray Wolf, I will timestamp you, honey, if there's time at the end. Steven's in the background being a clown. Let's see who's here. Cindy Norris. Mama Cindy. What's up, girl? Wait to see you in 3 hours. She was making sure she was first. I love it. Bat Mom, I'm so proud of you. You go, girl. And you know what? That's exactly, absolutely the right attitude. Like, pay sucks, but you know what? It can get better. At least some things coming in. And I know that's so easy to say, but girl, trust me, I have 3 bank accounts, and between the 3 of them, I have $18 to my name. I don't get paid till the 21st, but if the 21st falls on a weekend, which this month it does, the 21st is next Saturday, YouTube won't pay out until the next Monday. So I won't get paid actually till the 23rd. So I feel you. Like, it's just how it is until the new year comes in and we start the rebirth and the new beginnings. I don't know what he is sticking up to the screen there.
Oh, but
see what he does to me? Why I'm always so confused. Baby UFO, what's up? Come on, go down. I'm trying to push my thing. There it goes. Richard Elmore, Lotus Girl. Mark Hall said, "What's up, sweetheart? Smoochy, smoochy." Honey, I feel the sand draining from the financial hourglass. Trust me, I really, really do. No matter how hard I try, I'm just not making enough. And I think that's the issue that a lot of people are having. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not enough income coming in. Thank you, Gray Wolf. Thank you so, so much. I do appreciate that. You guys are so sweet. And I'm so glad to be here. I'm working on a permanent change. I think it's going to happen, but I'll keep you guys posted during the week, where Live Intuitive Oracle is just going to be on Saturday. That way it's not Friday 1 week, Saturday. I'm working on that. And I'm hoping that by next week, I'll have that figured out, because I know the schedule is confusing and it is kind of stressful, because if you don't get the notification, you don't know which day it is. It's crazy. So Lotus, trust me, honey, you're going to come out of it. I promise you. I miss Arisha. Where is Arisha? I hope she's feeling better. I need to reach out to her privately and say hello. When I get close to people like Lotus and her sister, really a lot of you guys, if I tap in, I can feel the vibration of their energy. And Arisha doesn't feel very well right now. Like, not in like a bad way, but she just doesn't feel as triumphant. Her energy is very triumphant, and she doesn't feel that way the past couple of days. Because when you said she was sick, I kind of snuck in. The reason I have myself so far back where my head keeps leaving the screen is because I wanted to show y'all my new background. And if this doesn't work for you guys, I did take the Halloween one down because I used it all year and I'm really tired of it. I have the fairy forest back there. I have a nice moon one that Ghostdragonzw bought me a while ago I never used. All right, let's see. Vixen, Doe, the cat. What's up?
You know,
so I know what?
Yeah, those moon ones that are for our backdrops, they're pictures I took.
No, I'm talking about one of these.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Just so you know, there's 2 moon ones in there I took that turned out really good. So I put them as backgrounds.
Cool. Yeah, no, definitely do that for sure. Gray Wolf, again, thank you so much. Mark, thank you. I do try my best to look good for you guys. I don't want to be bumming on the stream, because I'll rewatch it and be like, why did I do that? There are some pre-recorded videos that I look back on and I'm like, girl, you must have been tired, because I don't know what I am doing. Eris sneaking in there. What's up, baby? Roger Blair. Kirby's 100. Raymond, nice to see you. Long Island Bigfoot is streaming, but he's going to send people in after he's done because he always streamed on Fridays. I kind of took his space, but it's cool. He's cool like that. Forest Friend, what's up? So nice, so nice, so nice to see you. Ghost Dragons, you look extra handsome tonight.
Thank you.
Very dapper.
Very dapper.
I had a hard time
you look
finding
very
something
nice
to wear.
yourself. You look great tonight. So
I have so many
bow
clothes.
to the Queen of Dragons.
I have so many clothes, guys. I don't know what to do with it. I've been waiting like 6 weeks for my brand new closet from Amazon to be put together, and it's not being done. So I think I'm gonna have to do it myself. But I have so many clothes. I wish that like I lived closer to you guys. I could probably give. I have from size 0 all the way up to size 13 because my size ranged so much. That's weird that somebody messaged me that got through because it's only my mom, my kids, and you. So if you guys don't mind, before we get started, just let me see who that was. Okay. I know who it was. First of all, Smoochy, I love it. I think that is a fantastic picture. And it was Miss Lotus Girl. Oh my gosh, Mark, I didn't even see your you guys, oh my God, that is crazy. That is crazy. You guys are nuts. Yes, congratulations to the 5 new members. I am really excited about memberships. You guys haven't seen anything yet, but it is coming. You're going to have Gemma Jade emojis, and there's just really cool things. It's just hard for me because I'm computer illiterate to figure it out. But I'm working on it slowly but surely now that I have a little more time in my days. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I do have a new deck. The weirdest thing happened. I did Long Island Bigfoot's personal for November today. And I used this brand new Oracle deck, the Azure Oracle deck, as a clarification deck. I forgot to use the book. I just picked up the card, and I don't need the book. I always tell you guys, like, I don't need the book, but it does make it easier. I don't know why I forgot that this deck came with a book. Life with Bobby, what is up? All right, let's just get started. So Mama Cindy's first then?
Actually, Batmom's first. She was in here earlier. So actually, it's Batmom, Cindy.
All right.
Then Baby UFO.
Batmom, I'm going to use the new deck, the Azure Oracle cards. I use these in shorts for November. One for each astrological sign. Guys, don't forget to check out the shorts, okay? When you do, make sure you're looking at your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising. Sometimes it's called the ascendant. And if you're looking for a love reading, I do a monthly love reading in shorts, a 60-second for each sign. And you want to look for, when you look on your birth chart, what your Venus is in, because that is going to tell you about love. So my sun is Pisces, my moon is Libra, and my ascendant rising is Aries. I don't know what my Venus is off the top of my head because I give up on love. So I don't really pay attention to love readings. Yeah, Batmom, check the shorts out. I also did Adopt a Ghost, and I opened that on one of the shorts, and I did some of my crystal collection. I'm just trying to keep you guys entertained. There's all different kinds of stuff there. I keep myself ready to go. Like, I put makeup on every day now, this little bit, so that if something comes up, I swear this is why. Because I never did this before, like just walked around in makeup for no reason. But when I started shorts, I've been making sure that I have makeup on just in case something comes up that I want to film for you guys really quick. So Batmom, if you go to a site called Cafe Astrology, CAFE astrology.com, they will give you a free comprehensive birth chart. So they're not just going to give you where your planets are. They're going to tell you about yourself, girl, and you're going to read it and be like, holy smokes. 99.9% accurate. The only thing out of 64 pages of information about me that it got wrong was it said Pisces suns are animal lovers. And I'm not a pet person. I mean, I have had pets and I love animals, but I'm a neat freak. So animals kind of, yeah, Batmom, please go to Cafe Astrology. All right, enough with the talking, Gemma. It's been 11 minutes already. You can hear my little guy outside. Thank you, Cindy. I'm glad someone's watching the shorts. They're not getting that many views, but analytically, like for my channel as a whole, they are doing really well. I do turn comments off on most of them because trolls seem to attack me in the shorts, and they're not attacking what I'm talking about. They're attacking like my eyebrows or my teeth or my accent, and they're like really cruel. And I'm just not going to let them do that. So if you guys have a suggestion or a question or something with shorts, most of you have my phone number. And if not, you can always email me or comment on another video. Some people will go to a video with comments and say, hey, I just watched your short about, Red Robin. That, Roger Blair, thank you, Gemma. You look awesome with or without makeup. Thank you. I am glad that you guys are pleased with the new light makeup face because it's so much easier for me to get ready. And I do feel like I look younger. Lulu Bell, what is up, Nut Slap? Okay, let's get started. Bat Mom, you got card number 50. It is the card of karma. It says for every action, there is a reaction. Every thought, word, or action has consequences. And let's see what the book has to say. And if you guys hear talking in the background, I apologize. My husband is home with the baby. Well, he's not a baby, he's 5, but still. Clear your energy and your karma by becoming very aware of everything you think and say, changing your thoughts, words, and actions to only loving kindness. Send love and forgiveness to everyone. We reap what we sow, Bat Mom. If we cause pain and suffering to another being, we in turn must suffer. So in this lifetime or another lifetime, it doesn't matter. Thank you. Thanks, that's up. I like it. I think it's me. For now. Karma is a natural principle with its origins in Eastern philosophy. When we are born, we bring with us old karmic imprints that have been taken on from past lifetimes. We can clear these imprints through forgiveness. This is why I'm always telling you guys, love is the key to literally everything. And the universe, it doesn't matter if someone comes up like, let's take, for example, if right before stream, someone told me that I need to learn how to shut my mouth. Now, the universe, obviously, I was angry and I wanted to scream and yell and kind of fight back. But instead, I just said, I'm an adult and I don't have to be quiet. I'm not a child. Very calmly and plainly. And the reason I bring that up is because the universe is looking at that and saying, okay, Gemma, learned that lesson that, I'm being judged or watched, really, not really judged, by how I react and respond to people. Before we're born, we make contracts with different people to teach us lessons that we have chosen for ourselves. And if we don't learn the lesson, it resurfaces as the same lesson repeated until we learn what we set out to learn. A lot of us have had traumatic childhoods or been in traumatic relationships. We have all been hurt in one way or another. You may have tried to get on with certain people, but sometimes relationships just can't be salvaged. Dolores Cannon said, when you really can't get on with someone and you want to move on, during meditation, imagine tearing up the contract you had with them and mentally tell them, we tried to get on and it just didn't work. Getting on, I guess, means getting along in England. I've learned my lesson and I forgive you. I'm moving on and letting you go, and I'm letting all of the hurt go too. If you find it difficult, Bat Mom, to forgive someone, mentally send them divine love and forgiveness. With time, you'll be able to forgive them and recognize the part they played in your spiritual evolution. If they want to continue in negativity, that's on them and their karma. Again, our own reactions and responses and words are what we are being. I don't want to say judged because we're not judged. It's just that if we react or respond wrong, we're going to have to repeat that same pain or mistake over and over again until we do respond with love. And that's through lifetimes, guys. When you consciously go through people on your list of people to forgive and send them love and forgiveness, tearing up each contract as you go, you will slowly notice a change for the better. You also need to forgive yourself as well. And I love Dolores Cannon. I wish that she did not pass on. Lulu Bell, hold that thought. I wish she didn't pass on. That is a really good thing to do, like to sit and just imagine a written out contract. It doesn't have to actually have words. I always imagine it because I'm like, I don't know, I'm weird. I always imagine like a scroll with like quilled letters, like calligraphy with my name and that other person's name. And it takes a few tries to do this. And actually, I forgot about doing this. So Bat Mom, whether you're going to cut your contracts out or not, the main thing here is that you have to forgive someone without reconciling and love them from afar. There is a relationship in your life that you are just constantly, it feels like it's work. Like you're constantly trying to salvage or maintain this relationship. And it's like, no matter what the other person does, it's like you can't get through to them. And they're not paying any they're just going about doing what they're doing without even considering you, and you're constantly being considerate of them, and you're the only one putting in work. And the universe is saying what has to happen here is you're going to have to break this relationship wide open, say goodbye, but do it with love and kindness and honestly wishing the other person the best of luck. Now, this is a very toxic energy here. But I do feel like it's soul connected. So Bat Mom is someone very, very close to you that you might even be thinking like, how do I possibly not talk to this person? That's what you have to figure out. A lot of your issues right now are karmic. They're coming in from other lifetimes. And this is a lesson that's been repeated with you. In seeing your contract in front of me, I explained to you guys that it pops in sometimes. This is one of your karmic lessons that you have to learn. Forgiveness without reconciliation. So please, please work on that. And if you want to text me about like how to do the whole contract ripping thing, like the breaking of the bond, we can't do it too many times, but we do get a few shots to break a few really toxic, unhealthy bonds. And I think that's where you should start. Anyone that came in, Feisty Kitty, anyone else that I didn't see, welcome and thank you. Who is next? Mama Cindy? Okay.
Yes, she is. Sorry. Hello, Miss Pixie.
Hey, Miss Pixie, I hope you're feeling better. I lit a candle for you last night, my lovely little love. Guys, I think I'm 7 subscribers away from 3,000. I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, so I don't know how I only have 3,000 subscribers, but I'm 7 away. So the Power Box, I'm going to announce the winner on Halloween. We will be streaming at some point. I'm not sure exactly when or how I'm going to pull that off, but I'm going to try my very best. And if not, I'll announce the winner in a short. But I'm hoping to be able to just have, like, even if it's just like an hour, to stream on Halloween with you guys. But the way that you enter to win is the same as always. You purchase a $20 personal to my PayPal or Cash App for November. I send you the personal and you're entered to win. There are going to be 3 smaller prizes as well. Probably boxes, just smaller boxes. All right. Mama Cindy. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it, Miss Pixie. Bat Mom, I know, but I promise you, if you do this now, you're going to look back on this in like 5 years and be like, why didn't I do that sooner? Not a judgment. Just, you know, in your heart that this is the right thing to do, that what's happening to you just isn't right. Mama Cindy, you got Hedgehog Love. I love this card. Positive, uplifting new friends, card number 10. You have found a new family, a soul group of kin, friends with whom you can play, teach, laugh, and share. Groups like this hedgehog gathering are made up of individuals, but they can act as one when it comes to keeping their friends protected, safe, and feeling like they truly belong, sometimes for the first time in their whole lives. These hedgehogs will teach you their ways, and for a time, you'll be one of them. You are safe with your friends, and together you will laugh, play, and nourish each other with connection and kinship, the sense of being home, and a feeling of belonging that you have not had for some time. They don't ask you to be unlike your true self, just to respect their ways while you're among them. You are healing very deeply on levels that may never be fully apparent while you're in this human form, but the protection you are or will soon be enjoying is allowing you to pull back your defensive armor, be totally vulnerable, and rediscover your dreams and abilities, some of which you had put away and forgotten about. Hedgehog Love speaks to you. You are like us. You have been taken, adopted, marked, and accepted by creatures who are quote unquote other, disproving your belief that you are an eternal outsider. You have found kin, and you now know you can always call on your brothers and sisters. People who are real, positive, upbeat, and determined wish to hang out with you now. Join them and let's all experience a time of play, a protection, of being surrounded by loving souls and beings. Like us, you may look different on the outside and you may seem a bit prickly from time to time, but you just want to be safe and to be surrounded by people who accept you and bring out the best in you. The last time I pulled this card, it was for my mom. I remember. You will find a true home with us despite our many differences. You will bear physically and energetically a mark that will help your brothers and sisters recognize you, making it easy for them to make friends with you, include you in their activities, groups, and parties, and tell you that you are loved for being who you are. Divination, this card indicates your true family will be for a time a group of close-knit friends who look out for one another and have lots of fun times and adventures together. It's a bit of a closed group, not so welcoming to outsiders, but its members are very protective of you and of one another as well. You may feel like you have a new adopted family, as if you were once an outcast but have now come home. You may find great relief from loneliness and isolation, and you may discuss new animal friends or pets, or a group that cares deeply about animals could be about to enter your life. While this group is very tight-knit, your individuality is respected and encouraged. It is very supported. The friendships you make at this time are very loyal and could last forever. So, okay. There's a few things coming through here, Cindy. So the first thing I would say is it's a group like this. Maybe it could be this chat, maybe making connections and friendships, or it could be a group in real life. I don't know, like, I'm like a member at my church and I have community groups and I used to do book clubs. It could be something like that, like an interest that you have, like a shared interest. I do feel, however, like this is one individual person, a member of your soul family. So someone you're contracted to meet at this time in your life for a specific reason. This person, it doesn't have to be romantic, but this person really makes you feel like the minute you meet them, you're going to know something is different about this person. Cindy, I want you to look out for this, because with this relationship, with this connection is going to come somehow. I don't even know what it is. With one card, I can't really tell, but somehow it's going to bring you into a sense of knowing that could literally change your whole life for the better. Like your eyes are going to be opened energetically to so many things that are wrong right now, things that you can fix and change immediately in the moment to make your life better, to make you feel more peace, to make you happier, that right now you're so closed off, you're not recognizing. I do feel like you're going to get some resistance from someone in your life, maybe a toxic person that's going to be like, oh, that person's no good for you. The reason that person feels that way is because they know that they are going to now be exposed. The universe is trying to bring in a soul family member, a kinship member, if that makes sense. I don't think that's the right wording of that. Someone you have a kinship with, connected to by soul. And this person is going to change your life for the better. The thing is, though, you have to be willing to get out there and meet people. This could be, and I normally don't get this. Normally, it's like you have to go out and meet people. This could actually be someone you meet online, and you just connect with. You may never see them in person, but the changes are going to be significant as long as you open yourself up and trust what you're feeling. You are going to feel immediately drawn to this person. So Miss Lindsay does have to leave, sooner than expected, so Mike J, behold, Madison, what is up, girl? Sounds like you, Ghost Dragon Lee. And I was going to say, so many of you, I met Steven a couple of times in real life, but I never met anyone else. And you guys are literally my family. Like, you're my only friends. It's amazing. The connection that I have with people in here. And it's that kind of connection, but like being taken to the next level. What's the matter?
It just doesn't sound like me, but I guess it is me. I'm just giggling. That's all.
I think we're all connected. Like if you picture a big tree, like the tree of life, or a family tree, like we used to have to do in school. I had 107 cousins, so that family tree was really hard. But if you picture it, we're all in like coming off of the same branch. It's just a matter of the proximity. Everyone in here is connected in that way. There's a reason people were brought in at the time they were brought in. I have people that came in as non-believers coming in here literally to troll and mock me, who ended up being significant people in my life as a support team, who came in here every single week to support me, when the first time they were in here, they actually had intention of mocking me and trolling me. But we just connected because they were meant to find me. They were meant to find us. Keep your eyes open for that, Mama Cindy. I think it's something that you really need. You need to absorb a more positive energy from the people around you. I do see a lot of toxicity, not like abuse. There may be one like narcissistic abusive person, but I just feel like the people that are around you right now are lower vibrational. They're not vibrating at maximum capacity. And I feel like you are vibrating higher, but every time you're around these people who are around most of the time, your energy is getting pulled down. You need to be around at least one other person who's vibrating on the same level as you or a little bit higher to bring you up. I know that sounds weird when you can't see energy the way that I can see it, but I'm sure, or hopefully you can imagine it or picture it in that way. I love this family too.
You ready?
Oh, nice, Pixie. Yes, I am. Thank you.
Go ahead. Baby's is next.
Baby UFO.
I didn't want to interrupt you. You were having a good time, but
I'm
you haven't chopped it too, woman.
I'm always yakking your guys' ear off. I know it. Well, when I'm told I have to learn to shut up in real life, I mean, oh no, I'm sorry, learn how to shut my mouth. Okay, I'm going to use Oracle of Shadows and Light. It's all about the vibe. Lara, that sounds amazing. I totally believe that you are a special person, Miss Gemma. I believe that. Thank you. Thank you. Just know that you guys do just as much for me. I swear you do. I am never this like amped up and excited in my daily life. I mean, sometimes like I play with my son and stuff, but just to like be heard and feel like people are listening to me and valuing me, it makes a big difference in my life throughout the week. It really, really does. Knowing that you guys are here every weekend, whenever I stream, you know, if you can be there and offering just support. That's all. All of this lower vibrational pull down type energy is going to end probably around mid-January. We should start all vibrating a lot higher and things around us should start really changing. 2024 is going to be a really big year for light workers.
I hope I'm not vibrating any higher than I am already. I can't stop as it is.
Shake, 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 shake it. Thank you, Miss Pixie.
Bad joke. Go to
Ooh, I think that I've only pulled this card like one time. Baby UFO, you got the winged seer. You see clearly, clairvoyance. I left Woo World, and by listening to a certain YouTube narrator, ended up here. Wonder who that is. It's funny because on my Facebook memories, it said, sorry, ragweed. It said, so-and-so from this channel just reached out to me and wants to work with me. I'm so excited. I can't believe this is happening. That was 3 years ago today. And look how different my life is, right? How much different we all are because of this stream, because of that connection. And I will always cherish that connection because of, I got you guys out of it. I lost some people, but I hope Aunt Edna comes in. We're missing a few. She hasn't been feeling well, so. All right, this is a cool looking card. Check that out. The winged seer is an oracle angel, a being who can see the weavings of energy and thus the way events are set to unfold if the current energies and paths are followed. Baby UFO, she then sends you your messages clairvoyantly through your ability to see clearly, although your visions may seem anything but clear. As you grow to trust your own clear-seeing moments, you will have brighter and brighter flashes of insight, and you will be able to see exactly what is going on within a situation in a flash. The winged seer speaks. As so many people hide the truth, even from themselves, it can be hard to receive a visit from me because I will help you see when someone is camouflaging and telling half-truths. And you will also have insights that seem to come from supernatural sources. It is as if you have changed sight. You can see further, higher, and more deeply within. You will experience flashes of the future and sudden understandings of the past, and you will be able to foretell likely outcomes. I am the Eye of Ra, recreating your future, and the Andrinka, the protective eye, that watches over you while you sleep. And if you follow through on what you now clearly see, there will be illumination, victory, and wisdom. Trust in your own sacred sight. Baby UFO, your clairvoyant ability is being enhanced by the winged seer. You may be able to tune in and quote-unquote remote view, almost be able to see behind doors and into rooms and receive images that let you know what someone is doing without you actually being there at the time. It's like me. You're gaining my abilities. You have asked for more information and asked to discover what it is that you need to know. Now that the information has come to you, you must be courageous and take action based on what you cannot logically explain. It is important now more than ever to be honest with yourself about what you can see, but most of all, to be honest with your own self. I think that was a typo. Yeah, Baby UFO, this is spectacular. It doesn't actually mean that like I mean, it very well could mean that you're going to start being more clairvoyant, but I think it's mainly like there's something that is clicking in you that is going to make you want to follow your gut, your instinct. We talked last week about Occam's razor. That's basically what's happening here. It's like you are getting to the point where you are no longer willing to play pretend. It's like, I'm not going to pretend anymore that you're a good person when you're clearly an a-hole. I'm not going to pretend anymore that I believe my paycheck's in the mail when it's been 6 weeks. It's like you're finally gaining this strength and power, and it's through this habituation of being let down, being disappointed, being agitated, being lied to, being in the doormat, right? Being in the doghouse for no reason. You're finally getting this energy of, I'm going to stand up for myself and I'm just going to say it like it is. Now, of course, we don't want to be cruel or rude or mean, even when people behave that way towards us. And I think that's the hardest thing to understand, is that it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things how someone treats you. It matters how you treat others. And I feel like if you can confront or just like literally just state facts, dude, like this is what happened. I feel like there's a situation in your life that you really have to learn to leave emotion out of it. You have to just stick to the facts, stick to the basics, say what you mean plainly and clearly, and don't accept any BS that's coming in. Call it out immediately. This, for whatever reason, is going to, I see someone like turning and being like, whoa, this is going to change someone very important perspective of you and grant you more opportunity to make more money, to do more things in your business. This is about money and business mainly. Oh, guys, good news. I need 19 or 20 chapters for the BEK book. I am currently writing chapter 17. Learn to Gray Rock. Yes. And if you don't know what that is, look it up, because it is actually, it works. Mike J, you know what's funny? I heard Occam's razor. There's this guy on YouTube. He is a diagnosed narcissist. He's accepted his diagnosis. And for the last 18 years, he's been in therapy. He has a wife and kids. And he talks to people dealing with narcissists and narcissistic abuse. He talks to them on YouTube and tells them like all the secret, intricate little workings of the narcissist mind. This is narcissist season. They hate holidays. If you do something for them and they don't do it back for you and you're hurt, like, why didn't you buy me a Christmas present? Well, you didn't have to buy me one. Nobody asked you to buy me one, right? They make you feel like you're the bad guy. But anyway, he mentioned Occam's razor, and I mentioned it twice last week. And then I downloaded 2 audiobooks from Elisa Medhos, the woman who does Channeling Eric. It's one of my favorite channels. I downloaded the book that Eric wrote, From the Other Side, and I downloaded her book that she wrote about Eric, her son, who took his own life from the other side. And they were talking about Occam's razor. So it keeps coming up in my life. So I've been really looking into it. Who's next?
Sorry, Richard Elmore.
Lotus says, you guys, please, please, please pray for me. My son, my daughter, and my hubby. Hubby also may have, oh my gosh, currently, plus he's an AFib. My kid's in meltdowns from depression. Tennille, I know that there's nothing that anyone can say to you right now that's going to take all of this away. I also know you've been going through this for a really long time and giving literally everything to it, okay? I really want you to understand that I love you like a sister, and I mean nothing negative by saying this to you. Number 1, I'm always praying for your family. Number 2, you have to sometimes, even if it's just for 5 minutes, remove yourself and look up at the sky. I know it sounds so stupid. Like, yeah, Gemma, my son's having a meltdown. I'm just going to walk out of the house and look at how beautiful the sky is. But I promise you, if you do that, it will make sense. It'll just bring you back into reality and ground you and give you that strength to go back in and be mama bear and take it all on. But eventually you're going to have to shed some of it. So I want you to cleanse and clear yourself, your energy, and your personal spaces, not because of entities, but because of all the negative residual, the depression and meltdown. I know your son, I think, yeah, your son doesn't want you saging or doing any. Beg him. If you can sage, even if he doesn't want it on him, I can actually make you or send you a sage clearing spray. You can tell him it's room deodorizer and spray it. We have to get in your son's home and personal space and get it cleansed. It is so effing important. So if you want me to send you something like that, let me know and I will send it out tomorrow. It won't come from me. I'll just send you one from a good brand from Amazon and just send it out as a gift because I want all of you guys to make it and I want you to succeed. And I don't want your energy to be so low that you don't know what to do with yourself because nobody is supposed to feel that way. And I'm getting emotional, but the reason I'm getting emotional is because there's so many people in here right now are upset. And I feel that energy because I'm so, I'm so open because I'm bringing messages in. It's overwhelming. It's antibacterial too. Yes, it is. Okay, so I will send that out tomorrow from Amazon. I have Amazon Prime, so at most it'll take 3 days, but I'll let you know when. I have to blow my nose. I'm sorry. What? I'm not a big crier either. But when I'm open and spirit is here, they're so bright and they're so beautiful and they're so filled with love. And then you guys are so, a lot of you, like your energy is so down, and that's not a judgment or it's not negative. It's just, I immediately take that on and it is a lot. It's a lot. This is work, you know, but I love it. So it's not work. You know, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. No, I'm a mess too. That's why I fit right in. That's why I love you guys. We are all Charlie in the boxes. We really are. Andrew, what's up, sweetie? All right, I'm sorry. Who's next?
There's no reason to be sorry. Richard Elmore.
Mike said I saw your ears stick out when you blew your nose. Probably did. I have large ears, crooked teeth, and wily coyote feet. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Oh, I love you guys too. I'm sorry, I didn't even hear you. Did you say Mark?
Richard Elmore.
Richard Elmore, sorry.
You're fine.
Richard, let's do Halloween Oracle. I mean, it's fitting, right? Lotus, I do think that'll make a big difference. But remember, you have to believe it will. It's all about your energy that you put out. And I know it's exhausting, but go in there and be like, I'm going to sage and things are going to get better. It's not a cure-all or a fix-all, but it will definitely help get rid of some of that residual. Man, the love is so strong in here. I'm all teared up. I'm telling you, it's because we're all connected. I feel like we're all soul family in some way, shape, or form. Seriously, there are no accidents. Every one of you wandered and bumbled and stumbled on in here at one point or another when you needed to connect with the universe the most. And I am so blessed and grateful to be able to be the one to try and help connect you guys. I was chosen and I'm awed because of it. Ooh, Barnbrock. I always end up pulling this card, right? Crazy Weirdo Mystic Misfits. Absolutely. If I ever get my own clothing line, it's going to be Mystic Misfits. I can't even say it. Barnbrock. I feel like I was just told by Yoda to feel the force. The force is strong with this one. I taught my son when he was 1.5 years. I would be like, use the force, and he would go like this. Okay. A pea, a cloth, a coin, a ring, and stick. Within a loaf of speckled sweetness, slice it and eat it, a glimpse of my fate's completeness. Not quite cake and not quite a bread. Barnbrock is a sweet loaf, larger than a typical bread loaf, baked with flour, sugar, salt, and dried fruits, such as raisins. The making of Barnbrock is an Irish tradition that still stands around Samhain, Halloween. The person baking the loaf would be sure to set the intention for love, truth, and synergy whilst preparing. Inside the dough, a number of special objects are hidden and baked into the loaf. The objects are used as a kind of random oracle. Each one has a particular meaning, which represents the fate of the person who found it in their slice. The traditional objects include a coin, a pea, a stick, a ring, and a small piece of cloth like muslin. Some other additions made in more modern times were religious medals. Ouch. Should your slice of the Brock contain a coin, this would indicate prosperity and good luck. The P, unfortunately, meant that no marriage would occur for you that year, yet finding the ring meant marriage was certain. The stick, to be avoided at all costs, indicated, let me move back a little bit, disputes and unhappiness, and finding the cloth meant bad luck and little money ahead. When you pull the Brown Brock card, it indicates a curiosity to know what's ahead, but it's important to balance that with the now. After all, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of Brown Brock, all the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they are individually, should encourage you to seek your own sweet spot. I do feel like there's a lot of stress here. Hey, Morgan5171, welcome. Anyone else that snuck in? Richard, I do feel there's a lot of stress here, worrying about many things, but there's one thing in particular, like all of us, is like your main focus. Pink Dahlia, what's up, girl? Oh, thank you so much. So yeah, it's like there's all these like little things like that we all have, and then there's this one thing that you're like just seriously focusing on. And I do feel like you're looking at whatever this is in a negative way. The universe is telling you, change your perspective. It's all about how you look at things. Like honestly, with the Barnbrock, if somebody found the ring, that meant marriage was certain. They were definitely going to get married. But if that person looked at the ring as like, here's your ring because you're never going to get married, you know what I mean? It's all about how you view something. And there is something in your life that you are so flippin' stressed out about. And the universe is saying, if you can just change your perspective on it, it's actually going to end up being an amazing opportunity for you to rise, to elevate, whether it's in love, career. And I think that there's a part of you that knows that, whatever this is, it's like it's different. It's different than anything you've ever dealt with before. Okay. There's something that you're like, I can't believe that I have to deal with this. But if you can look at it from a different perspective and see the lessons in it, you're going to be just fine. It's going to tell you like 8 moves down the line, like what you can do. You're going to have to make a choice. And you can choose to look at whatever this is positively. Say that it's the breakup of a 20-year-long marriage. You can sit there and dwell and be upset and sad and get stuck in that. Or you can turn it around and look at it as, wow, I learned so much in that 20 years. I'm going to make sure my next relationship looks nothing like the hell that was, or whatever the case may be. It's channeling a 12-year-old boy. I got the weirdest visitation. So my dad was in the hospital having surgery on his leg because, he's in active addiction. Even though he won't admit that that's how he got this infection, that is how he got it. I know it is. It's not the first time it's happened. But because he's a drug user, I was afraid he wasn't going to tell the doctors that, and they were going to do the surgery and operate on him, and something bad would happen. So I was so focused on his addiction. I started thinking of my addiction. I was frantic. I get a visitation from this really stuffy, old-timey looking guy, and he's just literally like this, and he's laughing. I've never seen so much ego attached to a spirit. I was like, who the are you? And what are you doing here? I was not in the mood. He's like, my name is Raymond so-and-so. And he was amused. And I don't know anything about the creation of OxyContin or Big Pharma. Like, this dude was one of the 3 brothers that created it. And I must have somehow pulled him in by focusing on, the opiates. Oh, Pink Dahlia, I'm sorry to see you go. Thank you for coming in, though. All right, yeah, it is 8 o'clock. I should probably get moving along on the readings a little bit. But you know what? You could be channeling a 12-year-old boy. If your energy is open enough, you will draw spirit to you. Who's next after Richard?
Lotus.
Miss Lotus.
Miss Lotus. So, dear Lotus, if you're still listening, it's all you, honey.
I'm going to use Queen Mabe, which I finally know how to pronounce thanks to Miss Lara. $62. You guys have such young energy. Been stressing since my dad passed, so much to do. Okay, now that I know specifically what it is, I want you to shift your focus. You're never going to look at your dad passing as being a good thing, obviously. But there is some opportunity that is going to come from his passing if you can pull yourself out of the anxiety, the stress, and the grief for just a little while. I promise you things are going to get better, and it's going to come as a direct result of your father passing, because your father says, like, I'm sending him to you. There's a person he's sending to you. You're going to meet, connect with, interact with, but you have to pull yourself out. Also, that he's with you and trying to give you signs, but you're not seeing them because you're just not ready yet. If you keep calling for your father's energy, he will be there. And more than likely, he says he's going to visit you in a dream. So do not second guess and be like, oh, that was just a dream. No, when your father comes to visit you in a dream, he's coming. Stubborn. He's so stubborn. That's what I'm getting. Okay. I know I talk a lot, guys. Thank you for putting up with me. I do appreciate it. We'll get through this. I feel like I push people away when I talk too much. I get self-conscious.
But that's what makes this stream so good, is because you communicate to the people. And with the people, not at them, but with them. So
I did get a lot of emails about that. I got like 4 emails of people being like, thank you for sharing so much of yourself. And I'm like, I'm natural open book. I can't help it. Yeah, well, he's saying that about you. Like, stubborn in that you're not seeing the signs that he's leaving, the things that he's trying to do. Lotus, be mindful of both truth and illusion, a dream of love. There is no love so complete, so idyllic as a love for someone largely unknown. When your time with someone dear to you has been limited to or brief, you can readily perceive within them every fair and noble quality. If you love a stranger or someone you know only minimally, it can appear that this person is made of pure magic. They bring joy and delight to your soul. You feel intoxicated when you so much as picture their face. You may consequently become infatuated or obsessed. Yeah, he was laughing. There are 2 sides of this. One is truth and the other is illusion. Lotus girl, in truth, we are all infinite, angelic, God and goddess-like creatures. We are beautiful, we are brave, we are thoughtful, we are clever. We are shards of a divine and radiant mirror, possessed of every shade and sparkle of the spectrum of the sacred. The illusion is what obscures the truth, that we are none of us perfect. Most of us are very far from it. While all the light is within us, it does not all have the privilege of shining. Some of the lanterns are broken. Some of the stars are obstructed by clouds. Some of the candles have been extinguished by rain, and others have been blown out by the wind. And yet, when you see the perfection in another, or when someone else sees it in you, miracles often happen. More light shines, more lanterns are lit, more stars are visible, more candles are illuminated. Seeing the truth of one's perfection helps that truth spark, radiate, and ignite. On the other hand, with time, relationships progress. If a relationship moves past the idealization stage, it changes into something else, something less delirium-inducing, but more sustainable, less sugary, but more sweet. You might say that when one's imperfections become visible, the romantic whirlwind slows. In the most desirable scenarios, it becomes a gentle, nourishing breeze. But sometimes relationships do not substantially progress past the idealization phase. When the mask of perfection falls away, one or both partners may not like what they find lying beneath it. Or at times, there's no real partnership, so there is never an opportunity to remove the mask. Still, other times or at other points along the path, a relationship may still have much to offer, but one or both partners becomes temporarily disenchanted and looks elsewhere for that luscious bliss that follows in a new love's wake. There can be great danger here of trading in a great and venerable love for a flashy and fleeting new one. Here's the truth. And there is truth, and also there is illusion. If you are wise enough to perceive both at once, you will hold all the wisdom you need. That's pretty confusing because it does sound like it's talking about, what's up, Shelly girl? Black Dragon. It does sound like it's talking about a romantic love. Obviously, like, be on the lookout for people. I'm seeing this like infatuation. I know this is a weird message. This isn't the whole message, but a part of it is just be careful, like, who you're nice to. I'm not saying be rude to people, but just watch, because I do feel like still that stalker energy around you. But I don't feel it in like an attack negative way. I mean, it's negative, but it's not like physical violence. It's like now the person's like infatuated, like making up stories in their head. Like you smiled at them, so you must be in love with them. I'm getting such weird messages from you. Like even in your personals, it's so bizarre. what this card is also trying to say is that look at your relationships and the things that you're going through for your family, for the people that you love, and try to understand that they should love you enough that they're forcing you to, do some self-care, take some time out. And I know depression can be all consuming. And I know that when you're sick and in pain, it's hard to be kind and compassionate because you're hurting. But the fact of the matter is, Lotus, you're only one person. Okay. You're not God. You're not a doctor. Like you're not a therapist. You can only do what you can do. And the universe wants you to focus solely on what you can do. Have faith that the universe will bring in the rest to you because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and focusing only on the things you can control. I feel like this card is telling you, Tennille, let go. It sounds so cliche. Let go of what you can't control. And the universe will swiftly bring it into you. But the more you focus, like just for an example, I don't have enough money. If you constantly think that, the universe is going to be like, okay, you don't have enough money. And then you don't have enough money. I told you guys, I think it was like 6 months ago, I said, I am done worrying about money. I'm not doing it anymore. And ever since I actually stopped continuously checking my bank accounts and seeing if I had enough, I've been fine. I've been getting by. The stalker sent us mail yesterday. I had to explain, but I'll text you. It made me scared to death. And you haven't told me that yet. So just so you guys know, like that was off card, but this is real. You cannot lose faith. The universe, God, if you want to picture them as two separate entities, or if you want to just, say that they're all one, everything is everything anyway, and everything is nothing. It's so strange the way that spirit has explained things to me, but just focus on what you can control and just know for an absolute fact that the universe, that God is going to provide. Okay. If you are trying to control things that are out of your hands, that means you're trying to get involved and do universal work or God work. Got to think of it that way. Okay. You can only do what you can freaking do. You are wearing yourself down and thin, and you are going to end up in the hospital if you don't stop. Then I have to come to Tennessee and start whooping people's butts. Just saying. Who's next? And we have to do a timestamp for Arisha. I'm doing 5 a night, so we have 4 already. Who's next?
Who's 4? Andrew, because he's in and out of work.
We didn't have to do Lotus. Arisha, Casey.
You're right.
And okay. Lindsay, if we don't get to Lindsay.
Oh, wait. Do Mark.
Okay.
Then after do Mark, do Miss Greywolf.
That sounds good. Greywolf, I'm also doing November readings this week. And all of my patrons and everyone who sends me like a donation every month, you guys are entered to win the box. I know you're in Canada, but I think that we can make that work. You're not like across the pond or anything like that. All right, Mark. Sir Mark. Oh, Miss Shelley, it's so good to see you. Yes, that's his name. That's his name. He had a brother. I believe he said his brother's name was Mortimer. And then there was another one. He's still here, like hanging around. I don't know. I've never seen so much ego attached to a spirit, though. Like I said, it was so bizarre. Mark, loose lips sink ships. Be careful what you say about someone. Is it the truth? I don't see you as being a gossip, so. We all love to tell stories and entertain our friends and family, but sometimes we get carried away and accidentally or intentionally embellish the truth because it sounds better and we get a laugh. These stories are often to the detriment of someone we know. Sometimes gossip is intended to distract others from our own misdemeanors. Think carefully about what you say about other people and its effect on their good reputation. Would you like someone misrepresenting you? Spreading gossip can destroy relationships and reputations. If you accidentally twist the truth, make amends and let everyone involved know that it's not the truth at all and you got carried away. I don't think this is you spreading gossip, so just don't get worried. I have the actual message. Your angels can see that you or your friends / family may be going overboard, having a good time. Set limits on how much you're going to drink, etc. Is there a situation where you actually need to speak up? You will recognize when you need to speak up when you get the same thought over and over again. Your angels will be encouraging you to speak up, so be brave. Remember, Mark, angels don't have wings. Okay, I'm sorry. They don't have halos. Sometimes they appear in that form because that's what we think of them as, and we can't actually look at them. There is a hierarchy. There's like spirit guides, angels, archangels, and source, right? I do feel the divine protection coming in more so for you than usual. This is someone else trying to ruin your reputation. I believe you got a card like this either last week or the week before. It could be your roommate. I feel like people are going to start turning against you because of some sort of gossip or some sort of something that someone who doesn't like you decided to spread. This is a test of your character from the universe. Like, how are you going to react and respond to this? Suggestion: set the record straight, but don't directly confront the person who did it. Okay, go to the people that were told this and try to explain yourself. This is not like you have to beg anyone for anything like acceptance or forgiveness or anything like that. It's just you setting the record straight. Someone is trying to destroy your reputation. They're taking things that you told them in confidence or that they accidentally overheard, and they're twisting it to make you look bad. Like, say you were in your room and I was visiting you, and your roommate was over somewhere, and we didn't realize he was listening, and you said to me, "Oh, the lady down the hall, Mary, her daughter's coming to visit today." And I say, "Oh, that's nice." And you say, "Yeah, she hasn't had a visit in a while." Your roommate goes and tells the lady down the hall, Mary, that you were saying that she's such a piece of garbage that her family never visits her. Now everyone in the place that you live, in that complex, whatever it is, thinks that you're a jerk who runs around talking about people behind their back. It's that type of energy. Defend yourself, but don't beg anybody to believe you. Like, just stand your ground. Everyone will learn the truth eventually. You may feel like you're losing friends, but honestly, these people weren't really your friends to begin with. They're just acquaintances that you kind of have to deal with. So it's kind of like losing them is just going to make room for more people to come in. Yeah. Are you asking me if I'm breathing? You don't see me keep going like this, and then I just talk from right here. I did get a moment there where I got like hit right here. That's where spirit tries to enter. It's like the easiest place for them to enter when they jump somebody is like right through the side of the neck. So I do get attacked there a lot. They don't have wings. When my sister-in-law came in my dreams, I found a brown feather on my floor, the same color as seen in my dream. They will appear to you with wings. I don't mean that they don't appear that way. I just mean their actual physical form is light. They'll show themselves with wings, though. Sometimes they'll show themselves as beautiful winged creatures because they know that we interpret angels as having wings. So don't let me take that away from you. That is absolutely, that was a visitation, that was a message and something left behind, and that's so awesome that you were able to get that. But in reality, they don't have wings, but they will appear to us in that state because that's comforting to us. That's what we recognize. If they just appeared in their real form, they're actually kind of hideous and terrifying. So they're like Slender Man uncloaked.
They're very scary.
They're completely white. They have no features, no face, and they kind of like glow. I don't know. It's weird. They're terrifying. Okay. They're terrifying. Who's next?
Let's go do Miss Grey Wolf.
Grey Wolf, I'm going to use Dell and wait. Are you breathing? Oh, I got you. Yeah, Mark, it's not what you're overhearing, though. It's somebody overhearing you and then purposefully twisting it. You were not the loose lips in this situation. This is warning you of somebody who's trying to like ruin your reputation. But I think you're already aware of this person and wary of them. just know that I see you in the next couple of weeks losing connection. And I don't want to say losing friends, because I don't think these people were actually your friends. But the universe wants you to know that because those people left, now more people are going to come in and replace. And you're going to have a bigger group of friends, a better group of higher energy friends. And I feel like, just like with everyone else, like your life is changing so much and so rapidly on an energetic scale, but most people can't see energy. So we feel like we're stuck in a rut, like we're going through hell, and we're being terrorized, when actually our soul is ascending through all of this. Miss Grey Wolf, I don't know if you're still here, but this is for you. Honestly, Cindy, that's a personal choice, but I wouldn't, because it was specifically given for you. However, if you feel moved to give it to him for some reason, definitely do it. You know, it's like receiving a gift and re-gifting it. It's okay in some cases, and that's something you have to decide. It's an intimate decision. But I feel like, honestly, like at first I was like, nah, don't do it. But what I'm seeing is like if it was meant to pass through you to him, it's going to, regardless. Miss Grey Wolf, you got the Baba Yaga, card number 7. Help me. Natty is your spirit animal, Smoochie. I am a very special witch, mostly known and feared in Russia. I live in this strange and frightful little house that you see. I have great power over the animals of the forest. And this I must confess, I also love human flesh as a treat, most especially when it is children's flesh. Those who meet me never forget the encounter. A time of great and powerful initiation has come for you, Lindsay. You are in the middle of a dark and creepy forest where lives an even more strange and scary creature. Your courage is going to be put to the test. You will experiment tears, I think it means experience, doubt and fear, that's for sure, but you'll also learn a great deal about yourself, discovering your deepest strengths and inner truths. It won't always be easy, but in the end, it will make you grow. Yeah, see where it goes. Feel it out, Cindy. That's a big deal, you know? Grey Wolf, in your personal readings, I've been reading for you every single month without fail for over a year now. And in your personal readings, I always see this challenge. I see you on the outside of this challenge, as though you've become so far disconnected. Hey, Mama. My friend Donna, Mama Donna. You've become so emotionally detached, even physically disconnected, but I feel like this person is always around. So it's got to be someone who like lives in your house, or maybe that lives close to you, or that for whatever reason you see all the time. You have disconnected yourself, like, which is okay. That works for a little while for everyone to get your bearings, but it can't last forever, this disconnect, right? Eventually you're going to have to kind of face the music, spill the tea, whatever the case may be. The universe wants you to start really considering confronting this situation and getting yourself physically out of it, not just emotionally detached, but physically stuck. I feel like this could be like some sort of neglect, verbal abuse, or just like toxic energy that you've been dealing with for so long, it's become commonplace. So you've detached, like it doesn't even bother you, doesn't faze you. But the universe is saying every time something toxic like that happens, even if you think you're emotionally detached, it takes from your energy. You lose pieces. And you're just sitting there dealing with this. And yes, it's bouncing off you for the most part, but what's penetrating is really destroying your spirit. I know it's not easy. For instance, this is just an example. Say it's your marriage. Say you've been married 30 years. Now, like your husband, for whatever reason, for the past 10 years has become really controlling, really, narcissistically abusive. And you don't know, you've been just detached and just like, well, I can't get divorced now. Like I'm too old, or I don't have enough money, or the universe is saying, really think about that. You need to get far away from this situation, not just emotionally, but literally away, because it's not going to end well. You are losing soul pieces. You are losing parts of your spirit. Your energy is being drained and brought down every time. It's like I'm rubber, you're glue, but not everything is bouncing off of you. Some of it is penetrating and it's destroying your soul. Guys, don't forget $20 personal general remote readings and be entered to win an extra large spiritual power helper box from yours truly, packed by me, created by me. And there will be 2, second kind of runner-up prizes for y'all too, which will probably be smaller boxes and crystals and stuff. I'm really pushing this one because I have almost 3,000 subscribers and I want to do the giveaway, announce the winners on Halloween. And number two, I have $18 until the 23rd. So let's go. All right, who's next?
Risha. Let's go ahead and do her, and I'll get
All
her.
right, Miss Risha. I am going to use the Oracle of Shadows and Light again. Did you guys see my short on the notebook, Magic Notebook for Answers? You meditate on a question. It's kind of like receiving answers from spirit, and then you open the book to a random page and just start writing, and there will be a little message. Like this one says, the answer may come to you in a different language, or use your imagination, and you just write everything down. Oh, Mama Donna, if I really need it, I will definitely let you know. I love you so much. You are my only in real life friend. Mark, that would be great. I am working on that. Like I said, things are changing. Once I get caught up, I'm going to have so much spare time. Poor Tracy Tritton has also been waiting weeks to speak to me. We just can't connect. But Miss Donna, if I need something, I will definitely let you know. I appreciate you so much. I don't know what I'd do without you, honestly. Yes, Gemma Jade merchandise, black t-shirts now, new design, black hoodies. The hoodie is spectacular. And we also have, the white ombre hoodies and all that. There she is. Hi, baby girl. I was just saying, I hope you're feeling better and I need to connect with you. Interesting. So for Baby UFO, I used this card and I pulled the, what was it called? The Winged Seer, which is about intuition and psychic knowing. You actually pulled Fairy of the Divine Hand, which is intoxication, distorted view, and overindulgence. Donna, I know you don't stay for long because you go to bed early. We'll try to get you in. I texted her. The Tennessee Twins, baby, in the house. I miss you guys, you gals. All right. I just want to say real quick, like some illnesses, obviously, like if you get a cold or you get a flu or you get, a really bad, whatever the case may be, something like what you had, when everything comes back except your voice, it may not be the case, but please consider that there's something that you need to say. Work with green crystals. If you have any green crystal on your throat chakra, green may be heart though. I'm so stupid. I don't know the colors of the chakras. If you look up the throat chakra and take that color crystal and just lay it on your throat and like sleep with it under your pillow, it's not only going to clear like the physical actual ailment and help that along, it's going to release blockages so that you can be able to say what is on your mind to someone. It's if the Fairy of the Divine Hand has turned up in a reading, it is ever so likely that you are being urged by friends, loved ones, or even your own self to more accurately estimate the power addictive behaviors and substances can have over you. Now, this doesn't have to be over you. It could be over someone that you're connected with. You know how it is. You start having a piece of candy, some soda, maybe a little junk food. Then before long, you have more. It may be another habit, such as judging yourself or others too harshly, thinking negatively, or giving up too early on exercise and good healthy practices that you are indulging in. Gossip, too, falls under the Fairy of the Divine Hand's domain. While it can be wickedly delicious, it always leaves such a sour aftertaste. So, Arisha, when she shows up, know that the true gift she offers is awareness of whatever it is that you're denying. Don't ignore Fairy of the Divine Hand. Thank her for pointing out your addictive tendencies, acknowledge their power, and then disengage and find support for living in clear, bright ways that don't leave you feeling drained, disoriented, or disenchanted. Now, when I see disenchanted, this addictive, unhealthy habit could just be accepting someone's toxicity, accepting their behavior at face value, just playing through the pain of the things that they say to you or the things that they do to you and feeling like you're not worthy or like there's no like point in confronting them about this or trying to talk to them about it. When in actuality, like I just said to Lindsay, it is killing your spirit. The Fairy of the Divine Hand speaks. I am here to reveal to you what will tempt you. It's delightful, this thing you're being offered, and surely a little won't hurt. I am Fairy of the Divine Hand, and I appear to you when you're blinded to what you must see. Come and truly examine what is being offered to you. Underneath this apparently harmless fun, spending, partying, distraction, and temptations lie disorientation and fear, and things may appear to be quite different than how they truly are. This radical acceptance without actual knowledge. Taking someone who is not trustworthy at face value, simply because you don't want to deal with what's really going on. We've all been there, living in denial, right? And I'm not saying you are doing this. I'm just saying you may want to just double check situations in your life and make sure that you're not. Take a moment, look, think, connect with your deeper wisdom. Decide whether you'll join in what is tempting you or whether you will watch a while longer and make the wise decision instead. Candy Cane Mary Jane, hi. I'm not trying to be mean, but please don't troll me. I don't know who you are. I hope you're not horrible. I hope that by being in here, we can bring your energy up and make you feel better. So welcome to the Island of Misfit Toys. Okay, Arisha, here's the rest of your divination message. Stop right now. Your intuition, your inner sight, and clear vision is sending you a very clear warning. A red flag has just gone up, and this is the time to stop, to look, and to listen before going forward. Your higher self, your clear sight, wants you to stop and think before simply taking this wonderful temptation someone's offering you. It may be in the form of a secretive relationship, junk food, alcohol at a party, sex before you're ready, or behaving in ways that are unsafe and disrespectful, speaking harmful words and thoughts that could scar people for a long, long time. This moment's indulgence could have long-term repercussions that could lead you away from well-being, clarity, and harmony. You know when this temptation comes that you don't need to flee, you do not need to indulge, you do not need to curse and berate this lovely, very earnest fairy with her clear message to stop and truly look at what's happening. You know you simply need to pause, be quiet, clear, and know that one of your fiercest addictions is seeking you out and you are wavering, caught in its delirium. This is not an opportunity to escape. There is your chance to break free. I am. Yeah, no, I'm very, very paranoid of new people because it's happened so many times that people have come in here just to troll me. So yeah, Arisha, okay, so seeing a little more into this could be something someone is offering you. I'm getting more of a, like, I keep hearing selling the Brooklyn Bridge, like you're being offered something that you know in your heart is too good to be true. So it's like someone, for an example, I'm not saying that your significant other is cheating, but just say, like, for an example, you find out your significant other is cheating. You know for a fact that they are. You know you are. You found a note from the other woman or whatever. But your significant other is like, no, that no is ages old. I don't know how it got here. And they managed to convince you that they're not doing what you know for a fact they're doing because it's just easier to accept what they're telling you. This card is telling you it's time to face the music. It is time to deal with this situation for once and for all, because the way that it's bringing you down, it is a lot of the reason why you're sick, a lot of the reason why your energy is so low, a lot of the reason why you're inadvertently and unintentionally calling out to these negative entities that you're bringing around you. And that's not a judgment. I'm not like, oh, you're bringing these entities around. It's just what's happening. And it's because your energy is so low from some sort of toxicity that you've just grown to accept because it's easier. Going along to get along. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Boy, I am taking forever on these readings, huh? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, Andrew's pretty funny. You all make me laugh. Nut slap, Miss Gemma knows. Yeah, I just get nervous, I feel bad I lost Jenny Whitebear because of the weight comment and I didn't remember who she was. But you guys don't know what I've been through. I've had trolls literally shut streams down because they were just so obnoxious. I couldn't get a word in edgewise. No one in the chat could talk. I don't ever want that to happen again. All right, who's next?
Smoochie, then Donna.
Okay, so Miss Donna, hang around, baby girl. Smoochie. I'm going to use Wild Woman because that's what you are. I hope Aunt Edna's okay. Jules, I hope Jules is good.
And it's hard to tell. She came in last week, Saturday, but she just said, "I remember we had to timestamp her."
That's right. Yes, Miss Arisha, I sure did. I don't know if it's going to work long term, but I thought for a little bit it'll work. I have the I have 2 underneath this that are fairy forests. Candy Cane Mary Jane, I actually finally did it after like the 3rd time I had a stream shut down because of it. And I'm just paranoid. I was not being rude in any way, shape, or form. Smolly, my mouth. What? What is going on? Oh boy, you got Medusa, the card of sacred rage. So Miss Candy Cane, you are brand new. So if you would like a reading, please let us know so I don't, read for you without your consent. Smoochie, each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all women. Maya Angelou. That actually is good. Good idea. Thank you. I got to check into that. I'm so computer illiterate. That's the problem. I used to have someone that knew all about YouTube. He had his own channel and he helped me with all that, but I don't have that person anymore. So it's just little on me. I'm a one-woman show. Mark Hall said I do. I have 2 fairy forest backgrounds. One's like really bright hot pink and the other one's like this muted blue with sparkle. So I'm going to leave the UFOs up for a couple of weeks and then pull it down and do the other ones. All right, I'm going to try to breeze through these just a little bit faster because I am taking a long time. How can you channel your sacred rage to create something beautiful and empowering? I really hope this is not like one of those woke political oracle messages. Medusa supportively and lovingly stands with you in solidarity in the face of any injustice and affirms that your sacred rage is seen, heard, and valid. While many spiritual people today believe that feeling anger in any capacity is harmful or bad, this belief itself is actually extremely harmful. And it is. That's why I always tell you guys, like, it's okay to be angry. It's natural. It's normal. I'm not saying don't get mad. I'm just saying take a minute to think before you react or respond. Anger is a completely natural and incredibly powerful emotion that can and should be healthily channeled to create things of great beauty. Although Medusa was pursued by many, she vowed to remain celibate as a follower of Athena. After being rejected countless times, the sea god Poseidon followed Medusa into Athena's temple and essayed her. Infuriated, Athena cursed Medusa, turning her long locks of hair into venomous snakes, as punishing a god as powerful as Poseidon was considered unthinkable. While many tried and failed to kill Medusa, Perseus ultimately beheaded her, and from Medusa's neck sprang this gorgeous winged horse named Pegasus. Perseus killed cruel titans and kings with Medusa's head and later gave it to Athena, who placed it upon her aegis, or shield. Medusa is depicted in a fit of rage with tears streaming down her face. She represents the raw, sacred rage of all women, Smoochie, all women who have ever been harassed, assaulted, or abused at the hands of men without receiving the compassion, empathy, and justice they deserve. Although nothing can right the abuse that Medusa endured at the hands of Poseidon, the majestic Pegasus that emerged from her severed neck is a symbol of the power, beauty, and goodness that can arise when we transform our deepest pain into our greatest source of strength and resilience. Okay. Eris, you're not wrong. Anger is a gift. It's a very raw and powerful emotion. It's actually the strongest emotion that we can have besides love and fear. And anger might rate up there before fear, like as more potent. So, Smoochie, this is you finally accepting a situation at face value for how it is. And if you have a woman in your life that you feel the need to defend, like, now is not the time to be quiet. There is something going on. And I don't know, like, I want to say what I keep hearing in my head is like behind closed doors. Okay. Behind closed doors. So something's going on that I think you're not supposed to be aware of, but you are, concerning either a woman in your life or maybe you personally, okay, that you're finally ready to confront either an abuser or some sort of injustice that's being done. I know this is kind of an unclear message, but Smoochie, what the universe is saying is like righteous anger is okay, but it's how you channel it. It's what you turn it into, okay? So get out there, confront whatever this is. Stop putting it on the back burner. Stop accepting things at face value. Let your rage out, but try to transmute it into love, or at the very least, what is the word I'm looking for? Indifference. Okay. You have to get this out. You have to get this. I'm going like this because I keep seeing it just off your chest, off, out, and it's exploding. It's explosive. And it's one of the things that's keeping you in a lower vibrational setting. It's one of the things that's keeping you, using sarcasm as a shield. It's one of the things that's keeping you from truly thriving in your life and in your world, is because you are holding this in and you may not even know it. You have to say something. The thing is going to be confronting whoever this is with love and indignity. Not indignance, indignity. Now is the time. And I do want to say, I hate when messages like this come in, but what I just heard was before something bad happens. So if you're standing by either being abused, and abuse doesn't have to be physical, right? If you're standing by knowing that it's happening to someone, not knowing how to deal with it, or if you're just sitting by tolerating it, it is time to do something before something bad happens. That's what I keep hearing. Fear is only good when you don't let it control you. Absolutely. Stephen, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. They're cooking and I can smell food coming in my room. It's like, come on, man. Okay, ready?
Yeah, I had nothing but half of a peanut butter and marshmallow sandwich.
There, you can have one of my pokies.
I'm so hungry.
There's a pokey for you.
Who's next? I never had those.
They're good.
Oh, Miss Donna. All right. We have some water. You're welcome, sweetie. All right, Mama, let's see. Let's use Azure, my new deck. Okay. The quantum field, card number 7, the invisible field of information that exists beyond this space and time. I'm not sure about these cards yet. They might be one that I'm going to put in the 60-second reading deck. Your angels can see that you would benefit greatly by connecting to infinite source, to the quantum field. That is what I connect with when I channel. Yeah, peanut butter and fluffernators. Sometimes I put bacon on it. What's up, New England Dirt Roadie? Create your reality instead of letting life just happen to you. What is the quantum field? There's no matter there. There are no people or things as you and I know of. Time does not even exist in the quantum field. It is an infinite field of eternal blackness, void of anything material. It is a field of frequency, a frequency which contains information. That was a quote, which I didn't see, by Dr. Joe Dispenza, who, by the way, I listen to at least 3 times a week in the morning before I get my day started. He's incredible. He's on YouTube. You can't see X-rays, radio waves, or Wi-Fi, but they exist. If you can create a clear intention of how you want your life to be with an elevated emotion such as love or gratitude, you will create a bigger electromagnetic field around your body and you'll feel connected to something greater. Rehearse in your mind the new life that you want. Your brain starts to connect to information in the unified field and it starts to become more orderly, more consistent, and more coherent. Go ahead, Miss Lotus Girl. I love you, baby. Keep me posted. Einstein said, quote, "The field is the sole governing agency of the particle." End quote. He did not say the particle was the sole governing agency of the particle. The longer your consciousness lingers in that energy, the more you're drawing your future to you. It's like tuning into a radio station. You're getting a clear signal and your brain starts processing a whole new stream of consciousness. The unusual, the uncommon is going to start showing up in your life because you're in a vibrational match with your future. You should have experiences equal to your energy. The main thing I took from this, because that was a lot of information, Donna, is that, you can't just sit around letting life happen. You have to get out there and get what you want. This isn't like a cliche, like chase your dream. This is talking about on an energetic level. When I say at the end of my videos, everything you've ever wanted is right there. It's out there in the quantum field. It's out there in existence in the universe. You just have to connect with it energetically. It's like this. Is it that easy? No. The universe wants you. Your spirit guides are like, we don't even know what she wants. I literally just heard that. And that's not a judgment on you. You've been through so much in your life. And right now you're kind of in like a waiting space. Like you're not sure really what's next, but like you're content, but you're not content. And I've been there. I've been there. You've known me most of my life now, actually. Well, 14 years, but either way. So you're like in this waiting space, but the universe is like, you have to step out of this. Okay. Be clear about what you want. Like when I always say, I want within the next 5 years to be living on the beach in my own beach house, and within the next 9 years running a spiritual retreat. I try my best, like even when I lay down to go to sleep at night, or when I have an extra minute, or during yoga mainly, I try to envision myself there. I feel the happiness I'm going to feel running on the beach with my son and playing. I feel the joy I'm going to, in the pride I'm going to feel when my mom comes to my house and I say, hey, you stay here with me. You don't have anything to worry about anymore. And you know, I try to connect with those emotions and those feelings. I'm giving that to you as an example. What do you want out of your life? Where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? And that doesn't mean solely focus on the future. But once you do that, even if you have to make, like, write it down and make a bullet point list, however your mind works, like I always have to make lists. Start taking those steps. Even if the first step is like go for a 2-minute walk every day, or get up out of bed and get dressed. And I know you don't wear makeup, but you know, like do something that makes you feel good every day, even if you're doing it in jammies. That's the first step in order to change. And you know as well as I do, people can change, because I've changed tremendously, and so have you. I mean, we are two completely different people than when we lived together in 2010, 9 or 10. So it's like taking all those lessons you learned and figuring out what it is you want to do. You're strong enough to do it. The motivation isn't there, and you have to figure that out. You have to pull that out of yourself and out of your own energy. Create it. Candy Cane, thank you so much. That is so sweet. I actually am almost 41, but I do appreciate you. New England or early, there's always time for you. As long as you're in here by 10:30 Eastern, I'm good. 10-ish, 10:30, depending how many people. I know once Long Island Bigfoot is done, a lot of people are going to come in. That's going to be soon. So, an unbeliever, no. Yes, Raymond, you are definitely in there. Who's next?
Eris, Mana.
It just seems like you guys, it seems like it's been taking forever because I've been talking so much, and I do apologize for that. Eris, let's go with the liminal spirits. You're so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, my oldest son will be 24 on the 28th of this month. No, don't. Oh, no. Hold on, guys. Just for a second. I have no space, so it's hard for me to keep things organized. I've got 3 decks that just fell over, and I've got 1 that just fell off my lap. So just give me a sec. Okay, that's good there. Stay. Now stay. Put this over here. And just let me grab these up. Okay, got them. Sorry about that. All right, Eris, we're using the liminal spirits. Oh, he told me that he was going live at 8 and that he would send everybody over. Raymond, no worries. You're coming up. I'm trying to go a little bit faster. I just get caught up in the messages. Oh, thank you, Black Dragon. And Damien's legal. Damien's been legal for a year now, girl. My little sweetheart. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to get them done faster.
Bye. I'm done screwing up. I'm going to go.
No, we have to be just a little bit faster because people are getting tired. I keep forgetting it's not 8:42 everywhere, you know? Okay. Eris, you got the peacock. Flaunting its painted fan of brilliantly colored feathers, the peacock is associated with beauty, boldness, vision, prosperity, royalty, spirituality, and watchfulness. This opulent spirit moves with grace, confidence, and a sense of its own grandness. Its harsh voice may seem incongruous with the rest of its beauty, but the peacock reminds that we are all a mixture of traits and qualities that some may admire and others may abhor. Lore surrounding this phenomenon of peacocks killing and eating poisonous serpents suggests that things we fear may be used to transform and strengthen us. Self-love is a radical act that defies society's standards and boxes. Rather than focusing on things you perceive as negative, honor your whole self as a beautiful being, flaws and all. There is a bold, that says flaws in quotes, by the way. There is a bold glamour magic in physically altering our appearance. Makeup, fancy dresses, costuming, and other physical touch-ups can all have a deeper positive impact. Guys, that's where I wear hair clips. That's where I wear wigs, okay? Because sometimes I just want to feel better about myself. Especially when we're feeling down or dissociated from our bodies. It's perfectly fine to put on a display and show off from time to time. Rather than seeing this behavior as hiding reality, view it as showing the world who you really are inside. There are times when it's important to be quiet and subdued, and times when you need to be loud, bold, and dramatic. Inner vision and spiritual perception will reveal to you which time it is now. So, oh, Smoochie, I'm telling you, girl, I'm going to have my own show, or at least be on a show. It's happening. Eris, yeah, I do feel like this is another one of those messages, and I'm seeing the theme start coming now of the theme of the week, where it's like, it's time to be bold. It's time to be assertive. It's time to speak up. I feel like just going along to get along is not working for so many of us, as you guys can see in the cards. Raymond, thank you so much. You're so sweet. It's time for us, even as like a collective, like it builds up the collective energy when we stand up for ourselves, when we stand up for what's right. And this isn't coming from a place of ego. Okay. It's coming from a place of self-love, self-positivity, self-awareness, knowing that we are more than what people see, knowing that we are more than what people perceive us to be. There's something in your life right now, Eris, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will in the next week or two, where you're feeling like, if you bite your tongue anymore, it's going to be bitten off. Like, you cannot be quiet about this anymore. It's either that, or you feel personally kind of, I don't want to say attacked, because attacked is like a strong word. You feel personally like someone is not seeing you for who you really are, and they're looking at you like you're some kind of pushover, or like, maybe you're not good enough to be around them. And it's like, you don't want anything from them, but you just want to show them that they were wrong. That's okay. As long as it's not coming from a place of ego, coming from a place of self-awareness. I'm also seeing, this is so random, like some occasion, like a wedding, some kind of party or something that you're being invited to, and the universe is saying, make sure that you look your best, because some sort of rare random opportunity is coming in. That's why I got that fluffy pink half jacket with the matching pink stiletto heels for Power Unity, because I'm going there looking hot. I don't know which hair I'm going to wear yet. I do think it's going to be this one. This one's my favorite. All right, who's next?
Roger Blair. We're going to do Roger Blair, then Force Friend, then Raymond.
Roger, we're going to use the Oracle of the Universe. Raymond, I do too. Like, there's only so much I can take, though. Like, for me, like, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I know who I am. I'm good. But like you said, like, when it's someone who I know maybe isn't as confident, and maybe, doesn't realize that they're being abused or being talked at, I will stand up for them in a positive way. I'm never, I try. I'm only screaming, hollering, throwing things, smashing things with one person. And I believe this person purposely gets me to that point because they think it's funny, because I'm trying to be a better person. So when I act out like that, I'm not being the person I want to be. And I think they get enjoyment from it, from watching me scream and stamp my feet and cry and go nuts. Because then it's like, look at you, Gemma Jade, Miss Be Kind. And I've literally heard that. All right, Roger, you got Libra. It is the card of balance, the constellation of Libra, card number 7. Nature seeks balance, and so should you. Avoid extremes. Moderation is key in this situation. Stop burning the candle at both ends. Work smarter, not harder. Weigh up all the possibilities before making a decision. Make sure you are seeing both sides of the situation. Imbalance without check leads to chaos, poor choices, lack of boundaries, anger, and confusion. You are definitely not getting the whole story. Okay. You're only seeing a part of the puzzle, and it's like you're angry because you're like, how could this person have said that, or how could this person have behaved that way, when in actuality that's not what happened at all. There are 3 sides to every story: your side, my side, and the truth, which lies somewhere in the middle. I feel like you really need to stop yourself from making any judgments or making any big time choices to like act out or defend somebody or defend your position on something to somebody because you don't somebody is telling you the wrong thing. Like somebody's trying to make themselves look good in the situation. The scales of Libra float alongside Virgo and Scorpio, being closest to the former. In the stories of the Greeks, the most common was that the scales were those of justice and belonged to the goddess Astrea, who we can see as Virgo. Astrea is the goddess of justice who ascended to the heavens when she could no longer be amongst humans who increasingly treated themselves, each other, and their lands with disrespect. However, there are another two interesting possibilities. The first is that the scales represent the goddess Dike, who was a goddess of balance. The second is that the scales may be the scales of fate owned by the goddess Tai Chi. Tai Chi was the deity of good fortune. Her scales were used as a balance so that there was not too much good fortune given to any one person. Currently, moderation seems such an unfashionable word. The ancient Greeks spoke a lot of the positives of moderation and finding a healthy balance in all things. The constellation is situated in the southern sky and contains 3 stars with known planets. It has a meteor shower called the May Librids, and contains the Methuselah star, one of the oldest known stars. Oh, nice. That's so cool, Raymond. I love that name, by the way. That's my youngest son's name. His name's actually Raymond J, but okay. So, Roger, hold on. I want to make sure I said that. Yeah, it is Roger. I get Roger, Blair, and Richard Elmore for some reason. I commingle the two. You guys have connected energy. So, Roger, yeah, what this is saying is like there's 2 messages. So the message I just gave you about like waiting before you act, react, or respond to something or someone. Okay. There's more information in the next week or 2. I would say going into December, you're going to start receiving the information little by little, bit by bit. And I feel like it's going to come from spirit, your intuition, but also from other people around you that are like, no, that is not what happened at all. Let me tell you about it. I feel like it is going to be like, wow, I can't believe this person, but this person was doing it because they wanted you to think well of them. You know, they had, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? The other thing here is you may be feeling like the only way that you can achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve or succeed in life is by working yourself to death. The universe is telling you, you need to take a break. It doesn't matter. Like, honestly, I'm just giving you the message. This is not Gemma giving you advice. So please don't take it that way or don't shoot the messenger. It's like, it doesn't matter the money. It doesn't matter the hours. It doesn't matter. You need to take a step back. You are tired. You are turning toxic. You're getting agitated and aggravated even more. And if you're not now, this is what's coming in. So you can stop this from happening simply by taking a day off, maybe disconnect. If you can't get a day off work, I think everyone usually gets at least 1 day a week off. Take that day, completely disconnect, unplug, do a grounding exercise, do the things that you love to do, even if it's laying in bed all day, binge watching Netflix. I would love to lay in bed all day and just watch TV. That is like my ultimate dream right now. Hasn't happened in like 5 years, but you know, I'll get there. The universe is telling you, though, that you are ready to like snap. Your energy is the rubber band, say, and it's stretched like to the point where it's fraying. It is ready to snap. What is going on, Stephen? Stephen, you were frozen like this. And I'm like, what are you doing? Are you there? Okay, so he's frozen. That's great. Who's next? Did you guys see him say who's next? Let me try to find it. Oh my gosh, pooping on the Tesla. Ghostdragonzw, you may have to leave and come back in. I think he said, okay, Roger, Blair, Forest Friend, then Raymond. So let's go to Forest Friend. I am going to use for you the Fairy Tale Oracle. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. My little guy is obsessed with cars. He will tell you every car as it passes by, the make, model, year, what kind of doors it has, what kind of locks it has, what kind of engine it has. And he like loves Teslas. I don't know why. I don't know what the appeal is to him, but he does love them. All right, Forest Friend, I'm trying to move through these a little quicker for you guys, and I do apologize for that. So the video upload at 11 a.m. Eastern time on Monday is going to be a double feature. The first part is about thrift store and secondhand items having possible negative energy and entity attachments. And the second part, I thought I'd have a little fun and talk about allegedly cursed and or haunted video games. So I know a lot of you guys like video games. You talk about it in the stream with Steven. So, oh, I almost never pull this card, but I do love it. So Forest Friend, this is the card of Fairy Ointment, the site. Baby brainwashing, not me. Oh, you're so welcome. Gremlin. I don't know what's going on. I feel so like naked without him there. I told him like I don't even like doing interviews now because I'm always looking to the side of the screen for him. So like he has to be present. He is like my partner in crime, my partner in true crime. Steven has to be there. All right, number 43. This is another card about the site. This is actually one of my favorite cards in this deck. I just think it has a cute story. Forest Friend, this is the card of the site. Ah, you see too much, said he. Now pray. With which eye do you see all of this? With the right eye, to be sure, said she, as proud as can be to find him out. There's an old fairy legend that states if you wipe pollen gently across your eyelids, you will be able to see the fae. And in this tale, a wise woman and healer hears a knock on the door at midnight. At the threshold stands a strange little man who asks the healer to come with him to tend his wife and baby, for she was too ill to care for it herself. Dame Goody did not like the look of the man, but when you heal, you go where you are called. And so he helps her onto the back of his steed, a wild, coal-black stallion with eyes of fire, and together they ride into the night. When they arrive at the little cottage, Dame Goody is called to the mother's side, and she hands a pot of ointment. I hope he comes back. Guys, I am so broke. Baby UFO, I feel you. She hands him a pot of ointment. He hands a pot of ointment to the good woman and tells her to stroke the baby's eyelids with the ointment as soon as it awakens. It is awakened. Dame Goody awaits the child's awakening, and as the babe opens its eyes, she strokes them gently with the ointment, smelling of pollen and sunshine and butterfly wings. Curious, she then strokes a little onto just one of her eyes and then slowly gazes around her, entranced. For the woman she tends to is unearthly beautiful, long and fair in form, her voice like a bell chime, the child prettier than any babe she'd ever set her eyes upon after so many years of nursing so many of them. Their clothes seem spun of finest silvery gray silk, and the little brothers and sisters are all pointy-eared and big-eyed and pale as snow. The world has changed about her forever, for she had now had the sight and could see the true form of all things. Forest Friend. But she was wise and kept silent on the sight, and she checked the lady in the bed again, and judging her to be well enough rested now, and the babe cared for, she asked if she could be returned home. And the fairy man gathered her up and placed her again on the midnight steed, and to her cottage they went at dawn. As dawn broke in clean streaks across the sky, he handed her a purse filled with gold coins, more money than she had ever had before in her whole life, and he thanked her gruffly but with respect and then left. The next day, Dame Goody went to the market, taking some of the gold with her to purchase the little things she had never before been able to afford. And who do you think she saw? 'Twas the fairy man from the day before, plucking fruits and flowers, hats from heads, and eggs from hens a-laying in their pens, and not a person seemed to mind. She was grateful for his generosity of the day before, so often she was paid in herbs and simples rather than coin. And so she curtsied and smiled and wished him a pleasant day, asked after his wife. Gooden, sir, I hopes as how your good lady and the little one are as well as, but startled was the fairy man, and he jumped back, his face suddenly red with rage. What? He cried out, but not a soul turned around. Can you see me? He demanded. Yes, she said quietly, beginning to feel the chill of fear climb up her spine. Ah, you see too much, said he. Now pray, with which eye do you see all this? She backed away, touching her right eye, and he struck her with a wand or a stick, or perhaps just a sparkling flow of energy, and she fell to the ground. The ointment, cried the fairy man. Take that for meddling with what don't concern you. You shall see no more. And she never saw from that eye again. Now, when this card comes to you, Forest Friend, know that there are times when you see what you see with your gift in your sight and intuit more than others wish you to know. And you must choose wisely when to speak of this and when to keep this silent and only to yourself. For when we have these gifts, some boast of them, and that is no way to use this gift. You will, when you work with your gift humbly and only when you are openly asked to give your help, be able to use it. But at other times, it's best to keep it very, very quiet and never to ever take anything from the fairies without them offering it to you first. For you to take from them is to lose a great deal. I wrote a whole book on fairies. And yeah, you don't want to mess with them. I'm sure Stephen just messaged me, but let me do Forest Friend and Raymond. These are New England Art Roadie. These stories come from the original Brothers Grimm fairy tales. All of the ones in the Fairy Tale Oracle are original Brothers Grimm old timies. So Forest Friend, this is actually a really amazing card. I had a 94 Firebird was my first car. Okay, guys. Focus, Gemma. I feel like there are things in your life right now going on and happening around you. Okay, they're not happening to you. So I'll use an example. I always tell people if I go into a restaurant, I have to block, like shut myself down and make myself and my energy very small. Otherwise, I will hear everything. I will hear the thoughts of the chefs in the kitchen. I will know too much about the guy sitting behind us. I will know that the waitress did or did not just wash her hands. I have to turn that off. I also see spirit. So I stopped going up to random people and telling them because it was causing me a lot of issues. You know, people don't believe or it really upsets them. I got hit one time. This card is saying like you have to really use your common sense or your senses, have some tact when you come out with something. Make sure it's the right time to tell somebody something. I feel like you know something about somebody. So I'll give you an example. You know that your brother-in-law is cheating on your sister. Okay, just for an example. That's Steven messaging me. You have to really sit back and think, is it the right time for you to tell your sister this? Or should you just sit back and let it unfold on its own? The universe is telling you right now, even though you know, and even though you want so badly to say something to help, you're being asked to sit this one out and stay silent and let the events unfold as they were contracted to. So Forest Friend, do not, even if you know something so juicy that you just feel like it's going to be so painful for the other person, you have to tell them, like a cheating spouse. The universe is saying no, like do not do it. Keep silent. Long Island Bigfoot, what's up, sweetie? Hey, Russell. I have 4 sisters, Smoochie. I am just checking from Steven because he's not back yet, guys. Just give me a minute, please. Rebooting the computer. Okay, text me who is after Raymond. All right, something happened. He's rebooting. Raymond, I'm going to use the Vampire Oracle for you. Yeah, it's so weird because I was just saying how like Long Island Bigfoot, how like I need him with me, and then he like he just texted me he's rebooting his computer. Forest Friend, did you get that message? I know it's hard. Like, trust me, I know it is hard to not say something that you know, but it wouldn't be appropriate for me to tell the waitress, oh, by the way, the guy behind us beats his wife. Or, oh, table 3 over there, yeah, they're cheating with each other. You know, like it's inappropriate. So even if you know something, it doesn't mean that you should say it. You're just privileged to be privy to it and to watch it play out without getting involved, okay? And that is really easier said than done. Long Island Bigfoot, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it was that bad. Okay, you got the past a prison. Raymond, bitterness, grudge, and refusal to let go. Card number 17. Miss Pixie, thank you. That is an amazing idea, so I don't have to keep looking at my phone. Oops, I just sent him a very weird message. Hey, sweetie, listen, so I don't have to keep checking my phone. I'm sorry to be a pain in the butt, but I am streaming. So if you can send the list, if you could please send the list to Lara in Messenger, she's going to put it in the chat for me so that I don't have to keep leaving chat. As you can see, I sent you a weird message. I'm frazzled. Do what you need to do, but please send to Lara. And that was an accident. I didn't mean to send that. I'm trying to rush. All right, cool. That's also Miss Lotus. Sorry, guys. Usually my phone's off. Long Island Bigfoot, I am praying for you. I'm going to light a candle for you tonight and send you some positive energy, probably around 11 our time. Okay, so be prepared. I do have the next person is the cat and then Vixen Doe. Raymond, the vampires speak. You have of late fallen into patterns that are soothing in their regularity. You know what to expect and when to expect it. You are surrounded by love and acceptance, and you are widely... Nope, this is not the right card. See how frazzled I am? Ugh. Miss Havisham is a character from Charles Dickens' most beautiful novel, Great Expectations. She is truly a vampiric creature who devours the young lives she encounters to avenge a great and devastating betrayal she experienced long ago in her treasured, nurtured past. For Miss Havisham was left at the altar, as they once said in the days of long ago, and her entire life is now a devotion, a frozen testament to that horrible, wounding moment. She has trained her one and only charge, a young woman, to devour the lives of the young men she encounters by having them fall in love with her and then leaving them again and again, gaining revenge for the old woman in her doom. Bitterness is the most terrible thing of all. Even those who claim they are healed often nurse a great grudge within them. Others claim that to forgive is to deny that they were ever wronged, but to refuse to forgive can create a bitter destiny like that of Miss Havisham. Madison, no, we did not. Welcome back, sweetie. Each day, she reminds herself of all of her hurt and then forces her own personal bitterness and pain into hearts innocent and open. She wounds them with her warning, without them having done her any harm at all. Beware those who are bitter, who have a special moment of hurt that they bring up to you over and over again. Be wary of those who speak ill of someone who has long been out of their life, who want you to inherit their burden. It is not yours to carry, and it is their choice to keep carrying the burden they complain of. That's like, Miss Smoochie, you probably know this, when your sister is mad at someone and they expect you to be mad at someone, even though your sister's in the wrong and there's no reason for her to even be mad in the first place. That's this type of energy. We are reminded of people who wish to avenge family members for harm done in other generations, those who train the young and the innocent to carry a grudge and hurt that they would otherwise be free of. Why have you received this card, Raymond? We warn you now of the motives of another who insists on telling their tragic story to you over and over until you have lost part of your soul to them and wish to defend them. Heed our message. This is not your battle to fight, nor your story to live. You have your own path, and you will have your own tragedies. Yes, you can support another with time, your care, and lend a hand, but they wish none of these things. They wish your full consumption of their story, and they will condemn you if you do not immerse yourself in their long past issue. Watch and see if they wish you to reenact their issues, and if so, beware, and do your best to live your story and to distance yourself from this one who will ask you to deny your own story and live out their own again and again. The blessing. You now have a chance to free yourself from the sadness and misery of another and to set a wonderful example of how to live freely without bitterness and regret. Curse, your kindness and desire to help, Raymond, may be creating a situation where you are hearing a great deal of negativity. This is having an impact on your energy. Please take steps to remove this influence and listen less. Listen less. Working with this card, find those who have suffered and those who have moved on, for they are the great hearts, the ones who have had the most to teach and who have had the greatest souls. Find the ones who have not just forgiven, but who have taken their hurt and put it into constructive purpose and helped others. So yeah, Raymond, this is all about who you're connecting with right now. And I do feel some toxicity, negativity in your energy, like in your force field, I guess you can call it, but it's not aimed at you. It's like someone is trying to get you involved in something. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will in the next week or two. It's like someone comes in and they're like, you're not going to believe what Joe did to me. And then they tell you this crazy story and they expect you to react with like anger and like, I want to go get Joe. And I'm like, but you don't, because you're a grown adult and that's not how you behave. And it's like, they're looking at you like there's something wrong with you. Stay out of toxic situations that have nothing to do with you, because you're just going to get sucked in down this rabbit hole of drama and trauma. And then you're going to have major energetic issues. Right now, your energy is fairly clear. You do have a lot going on. You have narcissism and toxicity in your orbit. Yes, but this is something completely different. I'm also seeing someone from your past, your recent past, who's coming in randomly and trying to make you feel bad, make you feel guilty, make you apologize for something you've already apologized for and something that happened long ago. Like, it should be off the table. It should be like no discussion allowed on whatever this is, but this person wants to use it to control you. They want to use it. I'm seeing the marionettes, the puppeteer. They want to use it to control you. You're saying a lot that I can relate to. Holy moly. Well, it's not me. It's spirits. Your team is telling me this. They're giving me this information off your contract in your chart. Okay. So I'm glad it's resonating, because please take heed. You do not want to be sucked into this, because at the end of the day, the other person and the person they're aiming at are going to make up, and you're going to look like the a-hole. Who's after Raymond? Did you say Vixen?
You did Forest Friend, right? Okay.
The cat didn't answer. I did Forest Friend and Raymond.
Okay. Vixen, go. And I'm sorry.
No, trust me, I know computer issues. Raymond, trying to be pure of heart, that's noble. And a lot of light workers just are pure of heart. Like me. I always say I talk too much because I'm a natural open book. And I am deeply enmeshed with someone who does not want to hear anything I have to say. So when I get the chance to talk, I just blur out things without thinking sometimes. But the point here is, it's good to be pure of heart, but you have to know where to put that energy. You have to put it in the right people, right? You don't want to expend energy on people who are just toxic and they're just going to waste your energy, throw it away, or not appreciate it. You know, sometimes we do get angry and we do have to take a stand and stand up for ourselves. It's just how we do so. Like, you can say, like, look, I love you to death, but I do not want to be involved in this. And if that person doesn't accept that, then that person doesn't really care about you, because they're not respecting your boundaries. It is hard to see, because we don't see the dark in others. That's the problem. We see the light in people who are not using the light. I know someone who glows so bright it's almost blinding. And they're just not good for me. Because they're not working with that light. They don't even believe that we have light. You know what I'm saying? All right, Miss Vixen Doe. Send prayers, love, light, and positive healing vibes to Long Island Bigfoot, please, guys. I'm going to do meditation at around 10 or 11 o'clock, probably 11. Well, if I get out of here. Otherwise, it'll be midnight or 1. But I am going to send him some of my energy. Paranormal Pixie? Yes. Absolutely. A fedora and some dark glasses. Total Blues Brothers vibes. I'm still trying to figure out what we're doing for Halloween. Okay, you got self-trust. It's the necklace constellation. Card number 38. I hear RJ singing. So cute. Develop your power from the inside out. One of the most transformational aspects of self is strong self-trust. If you trust your judgment and self, you can operate from a position of strength and stability. Trust your gut. This mythos tells of a young woman abandoned by her birth family, but beloved by the gods. As she travels through life, she performs good deeds, some risking her own life, and each time she is given a small stone as repayment. She adds these humble stones to a necklace she wears around her neck to remind her of her own self-worth and to trust herself. Cindy Norris, feel free to put your thoughts on these readings into the chat, okay? Because we're all a collective here, and sometimes you guys will receive messages. Paranormal Pixie is also a medium, but she's different than me, like the way that she works. You could be receiving messages through these cards for these people, okay? And put them in, please feel free. One of the gods disguises himself as an old disheveled man in trouble. The old man was in a bad way. Every other person passed him by as he lay on the road, but not the young woman. She helped him and fed him and gave him shelter. He then revealed himself in his true form and gave her a stone for her necklace. As she added it to the other stones, they all transformed into a necklace of unbelievable value, beauty, and radiance. This is just a reflection of who you are, he said. She went on to create her own village, her own sovereignty over the lands, and eventually a queendom. My spiritual retreat. The Necklace Nebula is a stunning nebula that looks just like a sparkling necklace of gemstones formed in a very violent way. The interaction of two dying stars that came too close to one another, with the smaller one being engulfed, created a ring of glowing remnants and bright balls of gas. The ring itself was formed by the immense centrifugal force of the gases being blown outwards. It was only discovered in 2005. Words of power, Vixen Doe. I trust myself. I do feel like, you know, just like with everyone else, Vixen, there is a confusing situation here. It's got you really torn up. Like, I feel like it's like you don't know which way to go. Like, you know which way is right for you, right? but your heart, maybe a little bit of guilt, fear is like creeping in there. You want to go back to your comfort zone, girl. But understand that you yourself in your space right now, how you are, that is going to be your new comfort zone. That is what is meant to be your new comfort zone. Not the past. Do not accept. I would even go so far, Vixen Doe, that if like you cut someone off, don't even talk to them, especially in the next week or two, because there's this, I don't know if it's loneliness, emptiness, or just confusion that is coming into your energy. And I see it like it's big. And I don't want you, the universe doesn't want you to make a decision to fall back into something with a snap judgment or a lapse of judgment, a snap decision. Okay. Trust that your instinct and intuition, what you know deep down inside, is more knowledgeable and stronger than anything your heart or your mind or this other person, these other people are telling you. Who's next?
You just did Vixen Doe, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Life with Bobby, if you're still here. Life with Bobby.
You know, some people, Mark, think that they're burdening me too. They're like, we can't all lean on Gemma all the time. If you're a person who knows how to transmute the energy that comes in, no matter how negative, 99.9% of the time, it doesn't matter. What's up, Jarvis? So I'm going to be starting the scripts for the 10 or 13 days of Halloween, which means every single day leading up to Halloween, starting the 20th. Hopefully, guys, I'm trying. The 20th or the 17th, I'm going to have a video released, and it's probably going to be at night instead of in the morning, probably like 5 or 6 Eastern time. And I'm really excited about that. I'm sorry. Who did you say I'm reading for right now? I apologize.
That's right. I put the list in chat just in case I disappear again. And
okay. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Life with Bobby, if she answers.
Life with Bobby.
Nut slap. Those are the two next.
Nut slap, you still listening?
Nah, sorry.
A card fell out for Nut Slap, so I'm going to put that aside. If he doesn't come back, it is what it is. I'll put it back in the deck, but it did fall out for him. Who's after him?
Lulu Bell. Are you still here?
Lulu Bell, if you're still here, please let us know. Silver Shamrock.
And Frisky Cat. Feisty Cat, sorry.
Feisty Kitty. Mama Cindy, I'm going to go live on Halloween. The reason I can't do a lot of lives, I see you, Lulu Bell, is because of time constraints with my little guy and my husband's work schedule. But we are going to go live on Halloween. And I will be doing shorts all throughout. Humans are not good at balance. Absolutely not. It's like our nature to be like completely confused because we're disconnected from source. Most of us are born that way. I was fortunate enough, and I didn't know this until a couple of years ago, to be connected, to be born with that connection. All right, Lulu Bell, you got the Minotaur. Card number 17. It is a deep card. My mom is like terrified of the Minotaur out of like all creatures. Lulu Bell, extend compassion to others and yourself. Pity is not compassion. Be aware that you may be being scapegoated or that you are scapegoating others. Take responsibility for your actions. Look deeper before making decisions about others and seek your shadow. When we think of the great bull of Crete, we often think about the frightening, violent creature in the labyrinth and the hero needing to overcome it. Yet, the shadow in this story is not the creature, but those around him. Minos is one of 3 brothers vying for the throne of ancient Crete. Crete at the time was one of the most powerful centers of influence in the known world. Minos argues that the kingship should go to him because of his uniquely good relationship with the gods. He states that all he needs to do is ask the gods for something and it'll happen. To prove this, he performs a ritual and prays to the sea god Poseidon, asking that a bull come from the ocean. He promises that this bull will be sacrificed back to the god as thanks. Amazingly, a bull walks out of the ocean, a magnificent white bull, perfect in form, dazzling everyone on the beach. Minos is given the kingship and becomes the ruler. But, however, It's here that he makes his first mistake. Minos thinks the bull so beautiful that he decides to keep it for himself and sacrifice a lesser bull to Poseidon. Everyone knows that an animal marked for sacrifice to a deity isn't to be kept for oneself, as this is hugely insulting to the gods. Poseidon is no exception and punishes Minos by making his faithful wife Pasiphae fall in love with the bull. This is kind of gross, guys. There is outrage in the kingdom, and the child, the Minotaur, is eventually placed in a specially constructed maze below the palace. Okay, because Pasiphae mates with the bull and births a baby she loves, yet it has the head of the bull. He lives there lonely for the most part, but is visited by his sister Ariadne and mother occasionally until his father yet again changes things. Minos' other son, Androgeos, is killed in Athens. In his revenge, Crete attacks Athens and wins, imposing a penalty. This penalty is that every 9 years, some say every year, Athens must supply 7 young men and 7 young women to be given as sacrifices to the Minotaur. A boat with black sails is dispatched to carry those young people to their deaths. This goes on for 3 sacrifice cycles until the Athenian hero and son of Aegis, the king Theseus, decides to kill the Minotaur and stop the sacrifices. Nut slap. Theseus, come on, Gemma. Theseus tells his father that if he is successful, he will fly a sail of white instead of black. Theseus meets Ariadne and they fall in love. She agrees to help him make his way in and out of the complex labyrinth to kill the Minotaur, her own brother. She shows him how to leave a trail by unraveling a ball of wool behind him as he goes. Theseus meets the Minotaur and kills him and frees the other prisoners. He sails back to Athens in triumph with Ariadne and her sister, but forgets to raise the white sail. King Aegeus, on the lookout for his son's ship returning, sees the all-black sails and presumes his son is now dead. He takes his own life by throwing himself off a cliff into the ocean, another death added to the sorry tale. It's worth remembering the Minotaur did nothing wrong and was not inherently evil. He was the product of family trauma and the scapegoat of bad behavior of others. What if he had not been disowned and shunned? What if his uniqueness was an asset and not used as something monstrous? What if he had been shown compassion instead of disdain? Literally, the Minotaur was the embodiment of the dark part of the family, or a person's own consciousness that lives hidden and that no one really wants to see. Your plant companion is Minotaur, Crocosmia, and your crystal companion for this week is Carnelian. Nut slap, I did draw a card for you. It flew out when I said your name. Okay, this is pretty deep. So, Lulu, this is saying that I think that you have the wrong idea or impression. You've been given the wrong idea or impression about either a person or a situation, okay? You've been made to feel like there's something wrong, or I see just like a bad negative energy about you. There's somebody in your orbit that you're looking at sideways because you were told something about this person. I know this is a really kind of simple, to the point message, but it's what I'm getting. So here's what you should do in the next week or two, okay? Focus on finding real answers. Don't get any of your information secondhand. If you have a question, go straight to the horse's mouth, so to speak, right? Make sure that anything that you say cannot be misinterpreted or misunderstood, so that when someone else messes up, they can't turn around and say, oh, well, Lulu said this. Like, make sure you're only communicating with people you trust and you're being very, very clear about your intentions and what you have to say. Also, don't listen to gossip about a situation and or a person. If there's someone you're suspicious about, definitely make sure you steer clear of and avoid them so they don't pull you into some sort of drama. Now, our intuition is 99.9. No, I can't even say that. Our intuition is 100% right all the time. The thing is, we have to dig deep and find it and have the courage to say, I don't have any proof or factual evidence, but I know that this is happening right now. And move from there. I don't have the courage to do that. I know stuff is going down around me, but I'm like, well, I don't have proof. I can't, even I do it. Okay. And I should be ashamed of myself for doing that, but it's just the human in me. So make sure you're very clear in the things that you say. I see someone purposefully twisting your words to try to cause drama. Yeah, I didn't do the reading, Nutslap. The card flew out, so I put it to the side until you answered. You got Circe, the card of alchemy, card number 23. It is dark. You are the magic. Be your own alchemist. Deepen your plant and herbal knowledge. Do not trust fleeting first impressions. Sometimes things are not exactly what they seem. Look deeper. Get clear about what's real and what's not. Circe is probably one of the most intriguing deities within all Greek mythos. Born of the god of the sun, the Titan Helios, and the ocean and Perse, she became one of the greatest sorceresses, herbalists, and potion makers in the ancient world. Misunderstood and feared, it was said she was beautiful and had eyes like all of Helios's children of bright, shining gold. The myth that most people recognize about Circe is that of her home on the island of Aea, full of tame beasts such as huge lions, wolves, and massive tusked pigs. Lulu Bell, listen to this as well. This is a message for both of you, and Nutslap, I want you to go back and listen to the Minotaur message if you didn't hear it. When Odysseus arrives, he marvels at this graceful woman alone except for these huge creatures, but soon realizes that the creatures are all formerly men whom Circe has transformed into beasts with a potion, and his crew are among them. Again, here is the idea that a sorceress would automatically have to be of ill intent, and giving pig-making potions to sailors may be a bit of evidence to this, but let's look more closely. Okay, so this is saying, get the real story. Okay, find out the real truth of what's actually going on, because you are being lied to and manipulated. Imagine being Circe, hunted by the great Athena, exiled to the island, and being alone except for your skills in potion making and magic to protect yourself. Every now and then, a boatload of sailors comes to the island, sometimes accidentally during a storm, sometimes simply to rest and gather supplies. Circe offers them some hospitality, some salt and food, but she's a woman in their eyes, vulnerable, and in fact, something to use as they see fit. She is S-aid. She is determined that will never happen to her again, and decides that every man who comes to the island, unless they leave that same day, is going to be transformed. Things change somewhat when we know the motive, right? Circe is able to pull together the elements in the plants in order to synergistically create magic for all kinds of reasons. She assists her sister Pasiphae when she gives birth to the Minotaur, which is the card we just pulled. I told you they're connected. And Scylla, and it is suggested she created the potion that transformed Scylla and the potion that brought Odysseus back to life after he was killed by the Telegonus. In a long and interesting life, Circe defended, hindered, assisted, and created a bit of magic. Plant companion Rue and crystal companion Violet Flame Opal. I don't have any Violet Flame Opal, but it is beautiful. Nutslap, you don't have the whole story. You are being manipulated. And I feel like you've already taken action on this. Like someone like manipulated you into thinking something so that you would say something or so that you would do something. They have you kind of bending to their will. You don't realize this at all. You may have some intuitive hits about it, but I feel like in the next week or two, if you start listening closely to what people are saying to you and what people are asking of you and put it in terms of, well, what would they do for you? Would they do this for you? You're going to find that someone, at least one person in your orbit, is being highly manipulative. Now, I don't think they're an evil person. I just think that they enjoy having you I don't know if it's at their beck and call or catering to their whims or not questioning them. Okay. Start questioning everything that everyone says to you in the next week or two. I do feel like there are going to be some things revealed to you that are going to change your mind about just your life in general, where you are. It's going to be huge, Nutslap, but you have to pay attention to it. You have to want to know the truth, because we can pretend, like I said, I pretend all the time that things aren't happening that are, because we don't want to deal with it. Now is the time to, face this head on.
Ready? Miss Pixie. No, we're going to do Andrew next, then Miss Pixie.
All right, Andrew, I'm going to use Moonology.
And then I'm...
Eris, right, like Gemma says, she has to turn it off. When people tell me the problem, I feel their pain and I weep with them. That's the thing, though, isn't it? You can go into a room with 200 people, and if everyone's partying, laughing, having a great time, one person's in the corner crying all the way in the back of the place. Who are we drawn to? It's frustrating. You're welcome, sweetie. I feel like I always draw the same cards, no matter how much I shuffle. Same energy. Well, that's because, it takes time to change. So you guys get a lot of the same messages from different cards every week because it takes time to change and transform and make things happen. Paranormal Pixie, new moon in Libra. You are loved, and you definitely are, baby girl. I love you so much. Guys, I will try to do some live streams. Every Tuesday now is going to be afternoon talk. So that's at least one more we're adding to the list where I'll be there. And I'd like guests. If any of you guys have anything you want to discuss, or if you just want to come on and hang out, you don't have to be visibly seen. As you see, Ghost Dragons has his picture up, and I can do that too. I don't really know how, but I know I do.
You just turn the camera off. You just hit camera and then see. No, you turned yourself out.
Either way, you can come on without having to be fully aware. And I'm you again. And that really annoys me. That really annoys me.
I thought you fixed that.
I did fix it.
I didn't touch it.
I know you didn't. It's just doing that. And it's frustrating because I had a beautiful picture of me there. And I'm a dragon.
I'm sorry.
All right. An energy drink. No, I already had 2 small ones and 1 large one today. I would like another one, but I'm not going to do that because I go to bed right after. All right, Miss Pixie. Know you are loved. There's new or renewed love energy around you, Lara, be it familial, platonic, romantic, or otherwise. Whether you're single or attached, a new personal or professional relationship cycle is starting for you. Open your heart and be loving. The trick is to get involved with people you like or even love, be that on a personal or platonic level. If you want a new friend, you're on the right track. For a work or money question, a new start is highly likely. In love, the sky is the limit now if you react with love yourself. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to a romance, a job interview, or any important relationship. Manifesting mindset. Consider the other person in your situation. What are their needs and worries? Get out and meet new people. Your manifestation affirmation for the next 2 weeks. Love makes my world go round. This isn't saying to consider other people in a way where like you have to do things for them. Like you have to be at their beck and call because they're sad. You have to somehow take that on. It's just saying be aware of that because people may be acting out of character due to some kind of pain, hurt, or trauma. Doesn't mean you have to get involved. You could if you feel like you want to take on that energy and the other person is deserving and will transmute it into love and give it back to you. But it doesn't mean you have to get involved. As far as meeting new people, I told you this either, I think it was a few weeks ago, the last time I was here in my house doing this, not my mom's. You are coming into a time where like you're something with profession. Like, I don't know if it's YouTube. There's something here that you are doing that you are going to be offered like a professional position doing it. And I do feel like this is something you've been aiming for, you've been working towards, you've been trying to manifest, and that you are very deserving of. Don't let anyone tell you. I don't know why I'm hearing a gruff male voice telling you that, you know, this is stupid. Why are you doing this? I don't know. It could be a female with a lot of male energy, but I do think it's a man, and it sounds gruff, like very like, this is so dumb. Why are you wasting your time with this? I know how that feels when you're passionate about something and you have a dream and your dream is finally starting to come true, and you look to the person you love most and want the most confirmation from, and they basically shit all over you, excuse my language. Don't take that to heart. Understand where that person's coming from. Maybe they're a non-believer. Maybe they're just energetically not working with their light. Maybe they just don't like that you're changing for the better because it makes them feel small because they're not. Understand, baby, it's all about them, not you. And I know my channel is not big, but all you have to do, I want to get you set up with some equipment so that you can stream yourself. And I'll give you keys to, you know, my StreamYard, like Ghost Dragon has. Anytime you want to stream, you just get up here and do it. You can bring people in. I trust you completely. This is my livelihood in my life. This channel is my baby. I will never give it up or mess it up for anyone, but I trust you. So we got to try to figure out how to get you to where you're, you know, yeah, I think it's that you have to just stop thinking that everything is personally on you. And we all, again, it's something we all do. So it's no judgment or indictment, but it's like specifically with this person who you're looking to for validation and support, they're not giving it to you. Yeah, they're an a-hole. I'm sorry, but they are. They're a complete a-hole for not giving you support. But they also could be, this could be bringing something up in them. It could be, you know, you never know. And I don't think it's something they're willing to change. I think this person just does not want to see you moving up in the world because they feel like you're going to leave them behind. I don't know who this is. I have an idea who it is, but I don't want to say it. You know, not everyone needs to know everyone else's personal business. but I have a pretty good idea who it is. Who's next?
Andrew.
All right, Andrew, I'm using the Beloved Dead Pinky Kinky Hour on my channel. Yeah, YouTube's pretty immature. I am trying to get into Rumble. I'm trying. Yeah, Eris, I'm sorry. I dropped an S-bomb. Sometimes I feel such mean negative energy that I do get upset about it. I see someone picking on Lara over her thriving and succeeding, and I know what that feels like, and it hurts. It's a really bad pain. No matter how much people support you, when you look to that one person and you're like, look at how much I've done, look at where I am, and they spit on you, it's nothing to them. They mock you. And I feel that for her. All right, Andrew. So we still didn't do Smoochie. We still didn't do Mike.
We did.
I can't hear you, Sweetie. I did read for Smoochie.
Yes, we did.
That's why I let you do the list, because I have no idea what's going on.
Well, I'm going to put the rest in, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go.
No, don't do that. Do you have to? Are you being serious?
Mm-hmm. I'm not a happy camper. But we'll finish it. I'll just stay quiet.
Well, you have to tell me what's going on now. Can you put it in private chat?
Just craziness is going on back there. That's why I lost
in your house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's perfect. Okay. So I have the list in the private chat.
Yeah, I'm going to stay.
You want to go? You can.
No, I'm okay. I'll just, as long as he doesn't unplug the internet again, we'll be good.
You have Mike J. Who's that?
Mike, behold.
Oh. Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. You know why I asked, though, because I was thinking of Mike Roberts, and also yes. I'm reading for Andrew right now, which I already pulled the card. I don't know why I'm still shuffling. Andrew's not on that list, so please just go back and make sure that list is correct. Welcome back. All right, Act of Love, Self-Preservation. This is the first card I ever drew for myself with this deck. So I have to find the Act of Love cards. I know that. They're like separate from everything else. I'm sorry, guys. Of course, I pulled the one card that's separate. Yeah, this is annoying. I did this last time, too, with this card. I literally thought it didn't exist. It's in the beginning. Self-preservation. Got it. Andrew, the beloved dead of self-preservation arrives when your experience of existence has shifted from a happy, carefree place into a heightened state of endurance. If you're groaning under the weight of too much of something or someone, it's time to reacquaint yourself with your own motivations for having taken on this role. And then prepare to exit stage left. Self-preservation involves an act of escape. It's asking you to untie your bonds, emotional or physical, and continue on your merry way. If you're willingly or unwillingly involved in a drama, pettiness, or arguments that don't belong to you, the act of self-preservation is asking you to step out of someone else's conflict. Is there a pattern forming where you're only needed when there's a problem to be solved or an advantage to be gained? You may be a caring soul that genuinely wants to help or give, and by all means, do your due diligence, but there comes a time when enough is enough. This is something we all need to hear. Allow others to work through their own lessons of attachment. Remember these wise words: not my circus, not my monkeys. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Okay. Andrew, this is like a theme. I keep seeing, like, don't get involved in someone else's conflict. I feel like someone is trying to use you, like, oh, well, okay, I'll just go tell Andrew that then. Like someone is trying to use you as a weapon. Not like physically, like not that like they're trying to get you to go hurt somebody, but they're trying to use you against somebody else, if that makes sense. I feel like no matter what this is, it is time for you to exit stage left, as the card said. I am being very strongly told that, like, this is not your problem. Because you have a big heart, you want to get involved and help somebody. I do see that this could be a stranger. This could be a stranger that you just happen to run into on the road or something like that. And they're giving you this story, first of all, it's only like partially true. A tiny bit of it's true. And trying to get you to do something for them. And I feel like you're believing it. You're believing every word that comes out of their mouth. It's such a weird message, Andrew, and I'm sorry I can't give you more clarity with one card. Just be careful who you give your energy to, who you talk to, and absolutely refuse, put your foot down to get involved in conflict. I don't care. I know you're not married, but I don't care if it's your wife. Do not get involved in other people's conflicts because, again, like I said before, at the end of the day, you're going to be the one that's the a-hole.
Mike J.
Mike J. Mike J, I am going to use the Delana Waite Oracle. Madison Teague, let us know you're here. Long Island Bigfoot didn't want a reading. He's in a lot of pain, and he got his personal today. Jarvis, let us know you're here. I'd like to also do a thing for Blue Crossroads, please. Okay. Mike J, you got the Evil Queen, card number 9. Good night, baby UFO. Thank you for being a sweetie poo. Your daughter says that all the time. What? Not my circus, not my monkeys. I am the fairest of them all, or at least I used to be. Lately, my magic mirror had the nerve to tell me that my stepdaughter, Snow White, is even fairer than me, which led me to some jealous rage, as you can imagine. I cannot let anyone dethrone me, so right now I'm evolving a diabolical plan, including dark forests, cruel hunters, and poisoned apples. And we'll see who's the fairest in the end. I can feel jealousy, rivalry, and unhealthy competition here. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Are you the jealous one, or are you surrounded by envious people? In both cases, be very cautious. A heart that is filled with jealousy can play many evil little tricks that lead to chaos and destruction. So if you want calm and freedom of mind, keep out of this meaningless rivalry. By doing so, you'll be the smartest of them all. This keeps coming up. How many cards is this now saying stay out of conflict? I don't know what is going on. Maybe it's the eclipse energy that's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's the Friday the 13th suspicion energy. I don't know what this is, but people are being dragged into conflicts all over the place. All right, Madison, I got you, honey. Mike, this is, I mean, it's very, very basic. Like, don't allow yourself to covet something that someone else has, like, because you don't know the whole story. The grass is only greener if it's watered. You know what I'm saying? It's like that old adage. I don't know exactly how it said. Cindy, yeah, he's doing great. He's just traveling right now. He's trying to find a new house. Mike, don't be sucked in. I feel like I'm giving the same reading over and over again. I always feel stupid when that happens, but it always happens at the end of the night. Do not get sucked in to anyone else's drama. You have a really high vibrational, happy, go lucky, Joker type energy, and I just love it. And I would hate to see you get pulled into someone else's anger and spitefulness and jealousy. I do see that once you refuse to get into whatever this conflict is, this person who's trying to pull you in is going to turn on you. They're going to be spiteful, vindictive. They're going to try to manipulate you. Just rid yourself of any like negative people. It doesn't mean you have to ghost them or cut them off for good, but eclipse energy, like just for the next week or two, try to steer clear. I would say spend as much time alone as you can in the next week or two, because I see a lot of like negativity around you for some reason. Again, eclipse energy. What's going on tomorrow? The eclipse. Who's next?
Madison.
Long Island Bigfoot, thank you. Please consider a minimum $5 donation for readings in chat. Thank you. Thank you. Most of you guys donate when you can, and I do appreciate it, especially at this time of the month. PayPal and CashApp donations really help. But anything in chat, I just thank you guys so much. Mike, thank you for that. Madison, I'm going to use the human spirit. It's not that, yeah, they got you by the nuts. The grass is green over the septic tank, should be visible here in north-south Louisiana. It's not that it's bad energy. It's that it's very frazzled. And, you know, whereas something like a Mercury retrograde affects, you know, electronics and affects people's energy, it makes us like confused and everything's twisted. Eclipse energy, for some reason, negative people, lower vibrational people, narcissists, toxic people, they're able to pull a lot more energy from the eclipse. Specifically, I don't remember which kind it is, but I do know whatever kind it is, solar, I believe, feeds the lower vibrationals more, which is why there's so much conflict in the air. And I didn't even think of that. And just so you guys know, this is narc season. Thanksmas, Halloween, Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas is narc season. And the reason is because they hate holidays, because they always feel like if you're upset about something they do, they truly and literally think you're putting on an act. They don't understand how you can possibly be upset about something. Like, you don't have the right to your emotions and your feelings. So they have to put on a show during holidays. They have to participate. They're expected to do nice things for people without getting anything in return. And they hate it. So Madison, you got card number 3, commune with nature. Now, this card did fall. I don't know if it was upside down, like in the shadow, or I'm just going to read it all. It's very, very short. Does a bear poop in the woods? It literally says that. Let's go on a hike and find out. Get off the phone and computer screens and take some time to connect with the natural world, aka nature. When we are constantly connected to our devices, we lose that primal connection to the natural order. Mother Nature has given us everything that we need, but as a society, we have turned to materialistic things and technology. When we get anxious or feel trapped, the first thing we say is, I need some air. When our worlds become too much, we can find peace and solace in nature. Take time today to breathe in fresh air. Take in nature and sit with your old friend, Mother Nature. Take your shoes off. Let the soles of your feet touch the earth. Your worries will sink into the soil, and at least for the moment, you can breathe a little easier. Organic, no preservatives, no GMOs, gluten-free. You've done the work. You're composting like a champ. So why won't your friends jump on board? Sometimes we can be extreme without even realizing, especially when we are sharing something that we are passionate about and believe in. Whether it is composting or the fight against global warming, take this card as a sign that sometimes the best way to reach someone isn't a verbal essay. Sometimes it can be as simple as gifting a cute, recyclable composting bucket or a bike ride share membership to a friend. You live your life outside of the box. If you can apply that to all your passions, the world will be a better place. Yeah, you're not going to get much support, Madison. Do you get back in nature? Try to unplug, at least for 24 hours, and try not to think about the fact that you did it. Okay. I know that's really hard, but I feel like it's really going to benefit you. If you're near an ocean, go to the ocean. If you're near some woods, it doesn't matter. Go for a walk down your street. Just get out and get some fresh air under the stars. Look at the stars. Put your feet in the earth. Now, on the other side of this card, you are looking for support on something. You're looking to someone for validation. That's your first mistake. We cannot look to other people to validate us. We have to find that validation inside of ourselves, and then other people will start to come and start validating. Do not let this person's lack of support and validation deter you from your goals and your dreams and what you're trying to accomplish. Just because, I said when I wrote my first book, the main person I wanted to be proud of me took my book, flopped it on the table, went, and walked away. And I was devastated. Don't be devastated. Be proud of yourself. Be sure in yourself of what you're doing, okay? You don't need validation from anyone but Madison. My daughter is gluten-free, and it's weird because I always thought gluten was like a fake allergy that rich yuppies made up. She was adopted by a very wealthy family, and she has a gluten allergy. So I don't know, I'm a believer because I believe in them, but I cringe at the word gluten allergy because, I was born in the 80s. Nobody was allergic to gluten. We didn't even know what gluten was. Okay. Thank you, Miss Madison. I do appreciate you, sweetheart. New England Dirt Roadie. What am I going to do with you? Let's do Halloween. We're almost done, guys, for the night. Can't use what word? What did I say? Oh, yeah, Mike, you can't say that. I was offered to be one of those, though. They were like, we'll draw the tattoos. A lot of the tattoos aren't real. You have long-term celiac disease. That's what my daughter says she has, celiac disease. I know, New England already. I just don't know which deck. I can't even imagine which deck it could be from. Can't even imagine. I looked at the covers of all my decks, and I have not seen anything that even remotely resembles a Knights Templar. We'll find it. We'll find it one day. It's probably in a deck I don't use often. That's probably the issue. Picked up on something 20 years ago. What happened? Okay, you got Midnight. The dark, it envelops me. The witching hour awaits true magic and enchantment and spells that change fates. New England Dirt Roadie, the middle of the night, midnight, is the hour in which it is believed that ghosts, witches, ghouls, and magic are most likely to be active. Transition times, such as noon, the time between tides, or even the dark moon, are traditionally powerful images or times, for magical transformation. In some Christian traditions, the witching hour is seen as 3 a.m. because it's the opposite to the time that Jesus is said to have died at 3 p.m. But there is some consensus that midnight is the time of greatest magic, particularly around now, Halloween time. Mark, I'm so sorry. As soon as the clock strikes midnight on Halloween, it is said that the spirit flows forward through the veil and, if benevolent, brings positive messages. If not so benevolent, they are mischievous and play tricks at best, or at worst cause havoc. Allow yourself to relax into the benevolent darkness of midnight. You may feel this is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. Seth, the dawn always follows the darkest night. Know, too, that it is important to recognize that we all have a darkness within us, just as we have light, and this isn't something we should be hiding from. New England Dirt Roadie, I consider it 3 a.m. Now, like on midnight on Halloween, maybe there is something that happens there, but I know the biggest times for me being a medium when a spirit will come is noon and 3 or 3:33. I used to have a shirt that said 333, only half evil. Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm reading for New England Dirt Roadie.
That's right.
Okay. That is kind of weird, Mike. So New England Dirt Roadie, this card is saying that like you're in a bad time right now, just energetically. There's not much like higher vibrational that's around you. Like the people are not high vibrational, the situations you're in, like even at work, it's like everything is just down and downtrodden and lowered. I know that, you may get tired of hearing this. And if so, I do apologize, but it is the message that's coming in. It's like you didn't make that move. And making that move was what was going to bring you on course for your chart and your life path. Now you're still going to get on course, but right now you are not on it, which is why everything feels so hopeless, helpless, useless most of the time. What the universe is saying here is, at midnight, call on your guides, call them in, expend your energy to them. Start receiving the downloads to find out, without having moved back to Colorado, how you're going to get back on track here. You cannot continue on like this. Use magic, whether it's midnight, 3 o'clock, whether it's, using the witch salt and the sage that I gave you, or asking me to send more holy water, tar water, using your own magic, making your own alchemy, telling the universe that enough is enough. You are tired of being alone, lonely. You are tired. I'm just bringing things up, like whatever you're feeling. I'm just making things. I don't know if that's actually how you're feeling, and I wouldn't put your business out there anyway. But for example, right? You want a life partner maybe, or you want a bigger house, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, that you're like, life sucks because I don't have this, that, and the other. You have those things. They're in your orbit. You just have to find a way to get to them. You have to communicate with your spirit guides. Got this card? I would recommend doing it at midnight. Just call to them. You know what I do? I say, mother effer, you ain't doing nothing for me, and I'm getting tired of this. You're giving me no messages. You're not revealing yourself to me. I'm useless. I'm worthless. That's why you forgot about me. And I curse them out. And then all of a sudden, I'll hear the voice, and they're back. And really, they were just letting me do my own thing. They cannot get involved unless they're invited. Jarvis, are you here?
Yeah, he was here. He said he was here. You still here, Chris?
Hey, Montauk.
Chris. Well, maybe he left.
He's been coming and going. All right, who's after him?
Yeah, no, he's there. He just said yes. Okay. Then Black Dragon, then Blue, then KC.
Chris, I'm going to use Magic of You. Montauk is strange. Welcome. So good to see you guys. I'm so happy that you guys come like every single week. Like, that's loyalty. That is so awesome, just to come listen to me rant and ramble about life. Jarvis, you got card number 3, detox, cleanse, and restore yourself. Guys, there is definitely a theme going on here. It is card number 3. Social media, electronics, mind-altering substances, food, all these things can be toxic and damaging when overindulged. Detox says it's time to cleanse your body and soul. Rest is required now, especially in matters of an overstimulated mind and emotions due to social media and smartphones. Communication in excess is toxic too. It's time to be quiet and consider your authentic self and create space to heal and deal with life up to this point. The girl of detox is lying down on a soft bed of shifting leaves, the carafe of liquor set aside for now. She has a wonderful life and her dreams are sweet, even when laced with fear, because she's not afraid of learning lessons. They float from her subconscious like luscious pearls of bliss because she knows when to rest and retreat in order to expand within. Detox is also the card of dream interpretation. It is time to pay attention to your dreams, Chris. They are not just flushing out your active brain. There are messages and signposts coming through to guide you. Okay, so definitely you should be keeping a dream journal. Whether you believe in dream journals or not, you don't strike me as a dream journal kind of guy, but I would definitely recommend it so you don't wake up and like 3 minutes later, you're like, oh man, what was that again? When if you woke up and just wrote it down, even if you don't remember the dream, to wake up immediately and write down the first thoughts that come to your head, like 2 or 3 sentences. Go back after 2 weeks, 3 weeks and start reading it. It is all going to make perfect sense. I promise you. That's what I do. I haven't done it in a while, but I was doing it for a long time and I was doing so much better in life. Just like my energy was so much higher when I was doing that. Also, obviously, this card is saying no excess, right? It's time for you to back away from people that you are unsure about. If you're positive that you can trust someone and like there's mutual love and respect there, like they're your friend, your family, whatever the case may be, keep them around. If you are unsure about anyone's motives or intentions, don't confront them about it. Don't try to talk to them about it. Take yourself out of the equation for a little bit and see how they behave there. Obviously, if you're using drugs or drinking to excess, you need to stop that, or eating, shopping, spending money, whatever it is. If there are any addictions or compulsions here, try to pull yourself away. Also, if you can take a day to unplug from social media and all electronics, that would be a good start. What are you talking about? Gemma, you nailed that one. You're not. I just don't understand what you're saying. Who's next?
Black Dragon.
Montauk, did you want a reading? We're ending, so let us know. I don't know what's going on. All right, Black Dragon I'm using, Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. Bye, Nutslap. New England Dirt Roadie, I feel like Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle is the closest I have to a Knights Templar deck. I feel like that card is going to be in this deck somewhere. Unless, oh, you said it was on the cover. I don't know. It's bugging me. All right, I'm going to do Black Dragon, then Montauk, then Casey and Chris, and I'll do them quickly. All right, so this is Black Dragon, only because I already grabbed the deck. You got Lost Soul. Steven, I'm going as fast as I can, sweetie. I still have to eat.
You're fine. I know.
It's card of loss. An angel sits tentatively on the edge of a tomb. The rose she holds sheds a petal. It floats to the floor like a droplet of blood falling from a fresh wound. It's only natural that we experience loss over time. Grief and sadness are the effects of losing those people and things we love, and both need time and respect for healing or growth to take place. I always say, and it says it in a few of these cards, grief is just love with nowhere to go. However, it's important to remember that not all losses will be life-changing or hard-hitting. It's normal for relationships to unravel over time, or for situations we once invested a lot of effort and time into no longer inspire us. If you have drawn this card, loss is significant for you right now. You may be feeling sad about the breakdown of a relationship, perhaps, or disappointed about a part of your routine that has ended through no fault of your own. Drawing this card acknowledges, Black Dragon, that it acknowledges those feelings, but it also asks you how you intend to move on from them. Although grief is necessary, finding ways to move past your pain is essential as well. What does the rose petal represent for you? What loss are you struggling to accept? Understand that your feelings are valid, but staying in disappointment and sorrow for too long might not be healthy or helpful. So, Black Dragon, I don't know if this is so much grief. It could be, as it is, like, there was a significant change recently. And recently, like in the past, however long, it doesn't matter if it was 15 years ago, it's affecting you right now. So the universe is saying, like, okay, you've had your moment of, grief or being upset or letting this kind of rule your life for a little while, you have to step out of that now. And you may not even realize that what and or whoever this is affecting you. This is why people, we need to ground. We need to keep our sacred or safe spaces, our personal spaces cleansed at all times. I recommend saging at least once a month. If you don't like the smell of sage, get a special type, get Palo Santo, use sage spray. Like Ghostdragonzw, if you could write that down, I have to send Lotus Girl a sage spray for Brian's room. It's time for you, Black Dragon. Get some sage or palo, clear yourself, clear your personal spaces, and get rid of this residual sorrow. There is residual sorrow that is just clinging to patches of your energy. Like, again, you may not even be aware of it, but it is happening. And eventually, if it's not already doing it, it's going to bring you down to where your energy is very low and you're starting to feel sorry for yourself. You're starting to do the whole like, woe is me type thing, which you don't seem like that type of person. But that is what's coming in if you don't cleanse and clear your energy, because things are clinging to you that you just have not noticed or recognized yet. Montauk, I'm going to use the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. And thank you so much for joining us and coming in. All of you guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Ghostdragonzw will be doing replays of my old videos. The links for my books are in all of the other streams and videos except this one, because I had to put that huge disclaimer. I have 3 books on Kindle and paperback on Amazon. Those links, my Amazon wishlist gift link, if you want to send me a gift. And most importantly right now, because I don't get paid for another 9 days, my PayPal and my Cash App for donations. Okay. Either for readings or just for the channel. I do buy decks with them. And I do always appreciate it, guys. All right, Montauk, let's do this. Such a curious dream in the shadow position. Grounding, returning to reality and coming home. Card number 45. Montauk, this one's for you, sweetie. You're welcome. Guys, don't forget Monday, real quick, I just want to say this, at 11 a.m. Eastern, my normal upload, we're talking about thrift store and secondhand items that could have lower vibrational, evil, demonic, negative attachments and can kind of ruin your life. And then it's a double feature. So the second part of that is allegedly haunted or cursed video games. I thought that would be fun. Mike J, good night. Oh, I've had such a curious dream, said Alice, and she told her sister, as well as she could remember them, all these strange adventures of hers. And when she had finished, her sister kissed her and said, "It was a curious dream, dear, certainly, but now run into your tea. It's getting late." And apparently tea in England means dinner. We often have remarkable moments, just as Alice does when she begins her journey by following the white rabbit. But just as we must follow the dream, we must also return to the everyday. In this card, Montauk, at this moment, you are being asked to return to what many people might consider ordinary. You must take care of yourself. You have to eat well, go home, be grounded, and take care of what must be taken care of, the ordinary and yet blessed responsibilities within your life. There is still great magic in this, especially after journeying through your own wonderland and knowing true enchantment. For we can return, but we are forever changed. Now it is time to ground yourself. Come home, integrate the experiences you've had, and do the very simple, mundane tasks that most people don't consider special enough to have any magic at all within them. But they are magic, dear soul. They are. It says deal soul, but I think it means dear. Let every simple act be done with awareness, simplicity, gratitude, and kindness. Don't be dissatisfied with the seemingly mundane nature of it all. Instead, embrace this coming back to earth as an opportunity to ground, reconnect, and to bring a sense of the sacred of the magic of Wonderland to all that you do, no matter how humble it may be. You will return to that extraordinary place again, but for now, embrace the joy of being at home with your humanity. In the shadow position, it's wanting to hold on to an experience and not return to the everyday, wishing to live in quote-unquote Wonderland rather than experiencing it and bringing its magic into your everyday world, becoming ungrounded and disconnected, feeling drawn to fantasy, being susceptible to illusions. Goodins Auto, what is up? Nice to see you. So guys, we are ending after I do the 2 timestamps. Yeah, Montauk, there's definitely something going on here where you've been like disillusioned or disenchanted by something or someone. There's a situation or relationship either in your life or one that's coming into your life. And I do feel like it's coming back in, where it's like you're not seeing the beauty in front of you and being grateful for the little things. And that's so easy to do, right? I get up in the morning, my routine is dress my son, feed my son breakfast, do dishes, And I'm just like, I want to be famous, okay? And I'm putting my nails in dishwater, you know? And I do have those thoughts sometimes, like, oh, this stinks. But I got to remember that, like, I'm blessed to have my son. I had a geriatric pregnancy by accident at 35 years old. You know, I'm blessed that I have my own home. And it's like thinking of these little things and making them magical, loving and enjoying every moment, because there's no possible way, no matter what you do in your life, Montauk, that everything is going to be exciting and fascinating. You have to find the magic in the mundane. I feel like you're being asked to do something that you're like, why would I waste my time doing that? The universe wants you to rethink that and find the magic in it. Go and do it just out of the goodness and kindness of your heart, even if the other person doesn't appreciate it, to remind yourself that you should be grateful that you are a good person, that you would appreciate those things. And then the universe is going to bring even more magic and enchantment into your life just by you doing what you have to do every single day. Don't give up on whatever this is, and don't lose hope, okay? There is something special coming in for you, whether in the form of a person, a relationship, situation, job opportunity, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, that like you don't want to focus on the everyday. You just want to work towards this, work towards this, work towards this. But the fact of the matter is, doing those everyday little things and being grateful for them shows the universe that you're living your life the right way, with gratitude and kindness and awe of the universe and all of creation. You're welcome. All right, Miss Casey.
You're gonna do Blue Crossroads, so you're gonna do Casey first.
Casey, then Blue Crossroads. I guess because they're both timestamps, it really doesn't matter. Casey, I'm also going to use the Wonderland Oracle. You're so welcome. Thank you. Goodens Auto, I'm sorry you missed us, but if you come in earlier next week, I'm trying to, guys, make it so that Oracle is the same night every week. So next week it'll be Saturday, and I'm trying to make it going forward that it's always going to be Saturday, but I will keep you guys posted. Please, 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 please watch the shorts. There's so many random cute little things there. There's Oracle there, 60-second Oracle readings for each astrological sign, sun, moon, and rising. Guys, I'm putting so much effort and energy into those, and they're really not going anywhere. Collectively, they are for my algorithm. I am 7 subscribers away from having 3,000 and celebrating. If you put $20 in my PayPal or Cash App for a personal intuitive oracle reading, you will be entered to win an extra large spiritual helper power box, which includes all kinds of big crystals, homemade sprays, tar water, holy water, all kind of bits and bobs. I have little Bigfoot Christmas ornaments, magnets, stickers. I just put a whole bunch of really cool stuff in there. Maybe some Gemma Jade merch, things like that. Okay. Cindy, thank you so much. I'm so glad someone loves them. All right, Miss Casey, you got Curiouser and Curiouser. Discovery, Inquiry, Weirdness, and Curiosity. Card number 9. Curiouser and Curiouser, cried Alice. She was so much surprised that for the moment she quite forgot how to speak good English. Now I'm opening out like the largest telescope that ever was. When we enter new surroundings and allow ourselves to discover the wonders that lie within us, we often find ourselves feeling fascinated and filled with awe at what is taking place within when everything seems very new and exciting, we can be filled with a kind of wonder that is most often thought to belong to children. The truth is, we can all tap into that wonder again. We can all be filled with curiosity and experience the desire to explore and discover. This is where you find yourself when this card is pulled. You might believe what is taking place is weird or odd, and indeed it might be. You might be discovering things about yourself that you would once have thought impossible or even denied, but now you know you have so much within you that you're only just beginning to know all of who you are. When this takes place, just like Alice, we grow. Of course, this doesn't mean you will literally get bigger, but you will be growing as a human. You are having new experiences, and this creates an expansive sense of possibility. This can seem quite uncomfortable and again strange, but it's also wonderful that you are growing in this way. So you may find yourself in weird places with new people amongst unfamiliar behaviors, and you may be changing, growing, developing, and discovering. Do not fret at the discomfort. Try to stay with the wonder of the newness all around you. Open up, reach out, extend yourself, and grow. Divination, new and unfamiliar places and surroundings, a general lack of familiarity, a fascinating turn of events, growth amidst strange customs and people, changing as a person, new interests and talents are being discovered. Yeah, Casey, that was one of the things that was coming in like super duper strong. Is that, sorry guys, my ear itches, is that you're growing so much in yourself, and your energy is vibrating like so much higher than it has been for a really long time because of all the hard work you're doing, the shadow work. Oh, what's up, Casey? The growth and change that you're going through and that you've been. And this is making everything look brand new to you. You're starting to see certain situations that normally would have made you angry, and you're just looking at them, without any kind of reaction or emotion because you've grown. You're not getting involved in things like that anymore. You're listening to people who, may say mean things or may say things you don't understand and who aren't listening to you. And you're not even arguing back anymore because it's not worth your energy. You are learning that you do not need to, and you should not really want to expend or give your energy to anyone or anything, situation, relationship, situationship, person, it doesn't matter, that is not going to transmute it and give it back something better or something in and with love. Okay. That is an amazing lesson to learn. And I don't think you're actually being put in unfamiliar situations. I believe situations that used to be so comfortable, comforting, and familiar are now becoming unfamiliar because you're looking at them through the lens of someone who has grown so much energetically that you're vibrating higher now. It is time to start being aware of people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and to start thinking about how to step and move away from these people, places, and things, probably for good. You are moving up energetically, which means your life is going to be moving up with things that you've been trying to manifest. You're going to be shocked at opportunities that are coming in. You're going to be shocked at these feelings and emotions you're having, this indifference towards narcissism, toxicity, meanness, being unkind. It just isn't going to faze you anymore. And I feel like that is the unfamiliar territory. Cindy, I love being around you guys. This is my favorite time of the week, is doing this stream. I really love it. Blue Crossroads, we're going to use Moonology to do a quickie here because I need to eat. I'm that weirdo that you see in the corner of your eyes then disappear. I knew that was you. I knew it. Better than the shadow people that literally infest my bedroom every night. All right, Blue Crossroads. Casey, I'm so glad that's resonating, girl. I'm doing November readings. Well, I was doing them this week, and next week I'll be doing yours. You're actually second in line now. So expect that. It's a little early, but I figured better early than late because last month I didn't get the last ones out until after October started, like 2 weeks in. All right, Blue Crossroads. Blue Crossroads, first quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. Yes, Montauk, you did. Well, you know what? This stream is always like that, though. It really is. There's like never a bad time. Blue Crossroads. When it comes to pushing through your fears and any other negative feelings, you're going to have to dig deeper. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself because fear blocks us. Make time to clear any toxic feelings around you. Don't let pride stop you from showing how dearly you want something. It's okay to be vulnerable if you know the people you're dealing with are trustworthy. Think about others as much as yourself. There's light and shade in your situation, and you need to embrace both of it. Don't get all of it. I'm sorry. Don't get stuck on one idea and refuse to budge. Think what a mental detox would involve for you. Example, avoiding people you argue with and violence on TV, etc. Make time for it soon. So there's no manifestation affirmation for the first quarter moon cards, but Blue Crossroads, I do feel like this is the universe saying like, hey, you got this. And even though there's a part of you that's unsure, you have to kind of suppress that part, rise above it. And you have the energetic ability to do that. Okay. You're strong in your faith in the universe. You kind of always know what's going on. And I feel like you intuitively are maybe a little bit confused about a certain person, a certain situation, whatever the case may be. The universe is saying, take that leap of faith, be the fool at the beginning of the journey. He's called the fool, but he's not really the fool because he ends up with the world. He meets the devil. He goes through the tower moment. He takes that leap of faith and the universe carries him through the tarot. That is you right now. And he has nothing but sometimes a tiny dog and a little stick package on his back. Trust in whatever this is. Trust in whoever this is and take that leap of faith and keep working towards it and knowing that it is going to come for you. If you stay in that mind frame and stop questioning everything and second guessing everything, including yourself, especially yourself, because when you do that, that turns the energy a little bit toxic. Then you start wondering, like, am I doing the right thing? Then you're confused. Then you're going the wrong way. It's just not worth it. Take the leap of faith. Guys, I am so tired and I am starving. I know Ghost Dragons, you can go if you need to. And I will see you guys in the pre-recorded. I'm doing a premiere on Monday at 11 a.m. Ghost Dragons will be here tomorrow with reviews of my old videos. I usually ghost in there because I'm usually in bed, half asleep, and like to try to talk, but I don't want people to think I'm being rude. So I'm normally in there ghosting. Queen of the Gemstones, that is I. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being amazing. Have an amazing, spectacular week. I will see you on Tuesday for Afternoon Talk at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're doing that every week now. And next Saturday, I'll be at my mom's, but I will be right here with y'all at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you, late supper fee. Thank you. Please try to come in before 10 Eastern next time, and we can get you a reading. Don't forget, guys, $20 to my PayPal or Cash App, or any donations to my PayPal or Cash App are appreciated, but $20 gets you a personal general remote, 7 to 10 cards for November, and you're entered to win in the drawing of the extra large Spiritual Helper Power Box, and there are 2 other smaller prizes too. I will be announcing the winner on Halloween. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure your notification bell is turned on. Love you guys. Love, light, many blessings. Peace.